Alright guys, we're back with some King of the Hill. Should be quite a bit of fun. Our first match of the day is going to be Bretonnia facing off against the Wood Elves. How you guys doing, by the way? It's good to be back in business. Yes, I always do indeed love streaming. Also, as far as that new video goes, not new video, but the video you guys just saw, the BFG division, I'm thinking about reworking it with another song from Doom, but I feel like that one is so good. So, it's from the newer game. I forget what it's called. But anyways, maybe I'll do a poll on it separately because here I can't really show you guys the song at this current moment. So yeah, there's going to be a new version of the BFG division intro coming soon with the new Wood Elf faction included. Should be quite a bit of fun. Also, I think I'll mix in some gameplay this time as well. So yeah, it's going to be Black Phillip facing off against Lambie here in our first game. It's going to be Wood Elves against Bretonnia. I would imagine we'll see some Zoats, and I think we're good to go. All right, so start when ready. Let's get this party started. Looks like he's good. The mighty Lambie is ready. Black Phillip is ready. We, of course, have 10 players here today who are going to be challenging for the strap of the King of the Forest or Undercity, depending on their affiliation. But nonetheless, we'll see what happens. How's it going, Ryan Roberts? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I feel like the BFG division is just the best one. There's a really good one in the new Doom game that's quite solid. I thought about doing that. But, yeah, I think it's All They Fear Is You. Yeah, I think it's that one. Yeah, the All They Fear Is You. I'm pretty sure that was the one I was looking at. Yeah. Doom Eternal, yeah. So, as far as this matchup goes, obviously, back in the day, it used to be one that the most Wood Elf players, with the exception of Zyphos, feared. But I think it's changed quite a bit now that we have Zoats, or not we, but now that the Wood Elves have Zoats and things like that. I think it's become a little bit of a different matchup. Granted, you know, still one that Bretonnia can certainly win. Orion is very strong here. Granted, Orion can take some pretty big burst damage from some of the Bretonnian Grail Knights and cavalry like that. Their magic damage circumvents his physical resist, and of course he's a large target, so there's a multitude of threats. We will see. Oh my god, I accidentally put him on the battle for Itza. Oh god, this map is so haggard. Oh man. Here we go. Hey Ryan, I'm glad you enjoy it, man. We got a lot of good stuff coming up on the horizon. I just had a fun meeting today about some cool multiplayer content that's going to be coming in the future, so yeah, stay tuned for that. We will be having... Faction War is going to be soon, in the next couple weeks. I'll have a Faction War. And then on top of that, we're going to be having a new event here on the channel that I think is going to be quite fun. It's going to be probably a 2 to 3 day event in total, but it's going to be a Legendary Lords Faction War style event. So basically, there's going to be 32 players. Every single Legendary Lord in Total War Warhammer is going to be represented. So there will be a player for each Legendary Lord. They create an army, and then they fight through this huge 32-man tournament. So, like, Tretch Craven's Hail will have a player. Lokir will have a player. You know, there's going to be multiple, you know, for each faction, which is going to be good. Yeah. So I'm really excited for that. That's going to be the Legendary Lord Showdown tournament. It's going to be a big one. Probably 2 or 3 days of competition. So there will be 32 players. The winner of each day will face off in a grand final of sorts. Yes, yes. Which is going to be good. So if we take a look here at the build of the Black Phillip, he does have the Eternal Guard here in the front. You know, pretty decent against Bretonnia. I mean, silver shields against peasant archers, and on top of that, they do have armor piercing and anti-large. However, very squishy, 40 armor, so they can take a hammering from cav charges if they're not prepared, and battle pilgrims can always cut through them relatively well. So secondary line is going to be a combination of standard Glade Guard and Hagbane tips. No Starfire shafts, which I would expect to maybe see some Starfire shafts against the Bretonnian heavy cavalry, but it looks like he's just going to be using the Glade Guard to maybe focus down the enemy archers rather than going after, you know, some of the, you know, the cavalry and things like that. I think there's 32 Legendary Lords in total. Yeah, Gorst is going to have a player. Like, every Legendary Lord will have a champion. So it's basically like a best of one Faction War style event where each faction or each character has a representation. I'm thinking about putting in unique rules where basically like each Legendary Lord has to bring like 2 units that are in flavor with him. So, for example, Gorst would have to bring, like, a Corpse Guard and, like, you know, I don't know. I'm thinking about making it, you know, making it something funky like that. Anyways, Orion is going to be here, the King of the Forest, and he's a great choice. Anti-large, armor piercing, an absolute raid boss against Bretonnia, and he has pretty good bombardments to kill the archers and peasants. Double Hawk Rider, and it looks like in the back we do have Zoats, I think. Yeah, we have the Enigmas of Giran. These guys are great. They have regrowth and can certainly fight the Bretonnian heavy cavalry. Now for ya boy Lambie here. Lambie coming in balls deep with the front line of peasants. Definitely appreciate that. And yeah, Hadri's has already claimed the Deathmaster army, which should be quite a bit of fun. Tretch is going to have a player. Somebody has to play Tretch. sacrifices must be made. So Lambie's also got Men-at-Arms in the secondary. Enchantress double Paladin is very, very meta and very strong. The Paladins will put, potentially good pressure on the Hawk Riders and can also cycle charge, actually, Homeboy relatively effectively against Orion. However, they got to be careful. You do have Quad Knights, Knights of the Realm here, and more Knights of the Realm up on the high ground with Peasant Archer support all in the back line. I really do like this army from Lambie. I think it's quite solid. Of course, a lot of it is going to come down to micro and execution. A really big Dwarf. I actually just played a Dwarf replay and it was really, really good, and it's going to be going up on the channel in the next couple days. So fear not, I still consider Dowie to be one of my best factions and one of my mains. So the battle is underway. Archers are unleashing onto the naked bodies of these unwashed peasants. And here on the flank, it looks like there's going to be a bit of flank pressure coming in from the defenders of Fleur de Lis, as well as the Knights of the Lionhearted and Knights of the Realm. Players are just staying ready and making sure they don't have any rule questions. Here on the far side, we have Knights of the Realm kind of posturing as well, but it looks like Bretonnia is going to take a kind of a frontal approach here. I definitely think the heavy cavalry of Lambie, what you want to do is use some in the front line. So basically, as the Men-at-Arms collapse against Eternal Guard, you charge them front on, then you pull back, and then you can send some around the back as well. If you send them all around the back, it does make it a little bit easier for your opponents to kind of, see what you're up to. Anyways, here, Black Phillip taking some heavy, heavy damage here on the Glade Guard from the triple Peasant Bowman, getting a nice concave of fire. He has maybe forgotten about the two Paladins, I'm not sure. He definitely needs to get those guys involved, pull them up into the fight here. And Lambie does have the Enchantress lurking in the shadows as well, and it looks like this could be a good timing charge. If the Men-at-Arms do break the brace of these Eternal Guard, which they're unbraced now, the Knights, if they're properly charging, no, Lambie's trying to force his way through. I definitely disagree with this. This is a really, really risky kind of choke point to be forced into, and of course it is a relatively haggard map, but it's not like you don't have space to go around the back and really get in there, because the only thing that Black Phillip has defending his back open space here is the Zoats, and potentially in open field, those Zoats would get crumped pretty good. Anyways, some Glade Riders coming in from Black Phillip here. You can see the Glade Riders are going to be screaming into the Peasant Bowmen. Granted, Knights of the Realm should be able to hammer them pretty easily if they're paying attention here. And now these Knights of the Realm getting a nice charge into the back of the Eternal Guard, really showing that the only thing defending this flank really is Orion. I suppose there are some Hawk Riders as well, but Mel Gibson definitely needs to get into melee combat and start doing some big old damage here. The Bretonnian Cav have pulled back, and now I think it's the time for Lambie to get these guys come up and around the flank and around the back and really start pressuring. Both Paladins going in, committing to the Zoats. It's a little bit risky. Granted, there are a fair amount of Bretonnians nearby, so I guess it's not the worst endeavor. And now we do have the Defenders of Fleur de Lis charging in once again, and the Knights of the Lionhearted are coming around the back, as the Bretonnians have gotten into the back line, and the Glade Guard are going to be getting hammered pretty good. Peasant Bowman's still in good shape as well. However, a very, very nice play from Black Phillip. He is also able to get some cav back here, so Glade Riders with spears shutting down these archers in the distance, and also back here he's able to get those archers. Granted, they will be cleaned up by Knights of the Realm, but that's still a big win. Getting rid of the Peasant Bowman is quite solid indeed. It's actually a very, very even game between these two gentlemen right now. Balance of power not really showing any indication that anyone is ahead. And here comes a big, nice charge in the Knights of the Realm in the back into the Zoats. This is great. Lance is couched. The Zoats do have flesh to stone on them, it would appear, which means they're going to be very armored, but the bonus versus large will still help. And Zoats are not wavering. They're holding relatively firm. It looks like the flesh to stone, really, really a huge winner right there. And the regrowth is still in the back pocket as well, if I'm not mistaken. So regrowth coming on those guys could be quite strong. Peasant Archers, though, are back in business, a couple of them at least. The Glade Riders here, Black Phillip, have been caught in the distance by the Knights of the Realm. And anyone else have a terrific quality stream? It should be fine. I would recommend refreshing the stream. On my end, it looks like it's 60 FPS and everything is clear and crisp. So I would recommend restarting your stream, my friend. Mine's like a potato, but a nice potato with lots of colors. And there you go. I can take a look if there's if a lot of you guys are having issues and it is looking a little bit low quality. I can look afterwards. Now, a little bit of a slip up here. Bretonnia does get caught here. The Enchantress is getting her bread buttered pretty good by these Eternal Guard. Men-at-Arms, of course, trying to get her out, but this is a pretty big loss, and Orion should definitely charge in there. I think that Black Phillip should grab Orion, charge in, and just finish off the Enchantress. That might even seal the deal and just straight up win the game right here. Because Orion, it's going to be a huge raid boss. He's really going to need some heavy anti-large cav to bring down Orion. Granted, he does have some. He's got the Knights of the Lionhearted here. But they're hammering into spears right now and Zoats, and it looks like one Paladin is broken, certainly a little bit grim. Unfortunately, though, for your boy Black Phillip here, you can see the Enchantress has been pushed back, and has gotten away, actually. Yeah, look at that. She's actually able to heal. So if the Enchantress can gather her Paladins and some of those other assets, the healing could potentially be very, very strong. So we will... yeah, some of you guys saying it looks good on your end. Yeah, so it's just all across the board there. It's just your internet. Okay. Yeah, it should be decent. On my end, it looks all right. It looks all right. Knights of the Lionhearted pulling back once again. I can't believe this game is still going. Mel Gibson is pushing in, going for blood. Here comes the Master of the Wild Hunt, going after the Enchantress. But that Unicorn is quite slippery. And also, She does have some Knights of the Realm up on the high ground who could get a beautiful charge. Actually, as a matter of fact, this is a chance for Lambie to potentially get a good play. If he charges down these Knights of the Realm and gets these Paladins up and under Orion, he could potentially kill Orion there or get him very, very low very quickly. Ooh, Hawk's Talon coming down from Mel Gibson. Brutal, brutal stuff. Able to drop some huge bows on those Knights of the Realm as well as those Men-at-Arms. So those guys are going to be taking some damage. It's a very, very scrappy game. We do have Peasant Bowmen coming back across the map. The Hawk Riders are still functional, and Hawk Riders do have decent AP in melee. So Hawk Riders can actually be a surprisingly decent choice to charge into the back of Bretonnian cavalry while they're busy doing other things. You don't want to be going in and, getting down and dirty head on with Hawk Riders, but charging into the back of cab units can be very, very disruptive for sure. Orion's coming for that booty. He's going to get it. Oh, Fey-Enchantress dodges that shot somehow, even though there was some blood. Fey-Enchantress really needs to run right here. Orion is probably going to finish her off here, and I think that could probably give the game to Black Phillip. Oh, and the Fey-Enchantress is down for the count. Brutal stuff. And that didn't need to happen. Fey-Enchantress is much quicker than Orion, and he doesn't have any ranged tools. So that is a big, big mistake right there, but you can't win them all, man. So here the Enigmas of Giron are fighting. Bretonnia somehow, some way, is still doing well in the Bounce of Power. I suppose they just have an overwhelming number of haggard units around the battlefield. Let's look around and see if Lambie has anything. Okay, he's got some Peasant Archers. He's got some Men-at-Arms coming in. Both Paladins are still functional, but I don't think without the Fey-Enchantress, there's going to be much that can be done. And now you can see the Bounce of Power is pulling massively into the favor of the Wood Elves, as there's pretty much a mass exodus. The Paladins and the Knights of the Realm, without the support of the Fey-Enchantress, and of course being fully surrounded by those Hawk Riders, probably going to be enough to butter their bread. A nice charge coming in from the Knights of the Lion-Hearted, able to charge in there and take the Enigmas of Giron. Not take them out, but I guess it did some pretty substantial damage. You can see models right now. And I think a little bit of lag here, but it looks like this is going to be probably a victory for the Wood Elves as this game does reach its climax here. Some of the Paladins are coming back, but, from experience, I can tell you, I don't think there's anything that the Bretonnians can do to kill Mel Gibson now. Orion is just far too strong. And for anyone who's new to the channel, maybe tuning in a little bit, Orion is referred to as Mel Gibson here. Oh yeah, I'm seeing the stream is actually choppy now. Okay, so there might be some issues, yeah. My bandwidth, perhaps. Let me double check that, guys. Hold on. I haven't had internet issues in weeks. This is very, very strange. Okay, so this game should conclude here in just a second. We'll do our best to resolve the bandwidth issue in just a moment. And hopefully that'll work it out. So yeah, I'll take care of that, guys. In the meantime, Wood Elves just kind of chasing down the rest of the army, and that pretty much should be it for Bretonnia. Next slide, please. Okay. Yeah, it must be my internet then. I haven't had internet problems in weeks, so man, this is very, very strange. Next slide, please. I know. Here comes the Hawk Riders flying overhead. The Bretonnians about to be swarmed by the Hawk Riders. Knights of the Realm, really good play there by Black Phillip. That's how Hawk Riders should be used, just like those rear charges like that against very tattered units. I don't know why the bounce power is still so even for Bretonnia. I guess they have some Peasant Archers and various other things like that. Let me know if the internet has stabilized a little bit, yeah. Check your game settings. It's not my game settings, it's my internet, because now I'm getting notifications on YouTube that my bitrate is like having some problems, so hopefully it was just a temporary drop and we won't have any more issues. If we do have more issues, I can restart the stream, like not a full restart, but a quick restart and lower my bitrate, or not my bitrate, but my basically the resolution, not resolution, whatever number is it's streaming, and hopefully that will fix the problem. And there you go, Ryan's still alive. Two Paladins are still up in the sky, but the Paladins, good play here by Lambie. Definitely chasing down Hawk Riders is pretty fruitful. They're relatively quick. Paladins have 105 speed, Hawk Riders are 110, so it's close enough that with charge acceleration you can get in there, but it's only a matter of time before Phillip takes the game, and the forces of Lambie are routed. It was a good game. Some mistakes on both sides. There was opportunities for both players to capitalize and potentially win the game at both points, which shows that the Bretonnia Wood Elf matchup, I think, is pretty fun. It was choppy for like 10 seconds. Okay, sounds great. Yeah, hopefully it'll be stable from here on out. But you guys do let me know. I appreciate the feedback and all that. Two Paladins up in the sky going after the Hawk Riders. Hawk Riders, of course, are, like I said, doing some AP damage, but are not going to win against these two Paladins. However, army losses may kick in relatively soon, and if the Master of the Wild Hunt decides to come over here, it's just going to be game blouses. These guys will be skewered by the mighty Spear of Orion. And HP on the Paladins is at 1200 here. Quite curious to see the respective value of many of these different units, but yeah, the Bretonnians are definitely out of this game at this point, despite the fact that there's some Peasant Bowmen. I have no idea why the Bounce of Power was like this. Kind of a cool map, honestly. I mean, I can see these choke points being abused in like really high level tournament play, but for like a King of the Hill or something, that map honestly wasn't that bad. Yeah. Yeah, and of course, a lot of players playing in King of the Hill and these more casual formats are very new to the game. So, you know, it's a good time to, you know, get them on the stage, get them practicing. And honestly, I really did like the build from Lambie. I think Lambie's build is great. If he thought that out, very well played there. Peasant Archers did okay across the board. Now, some of the Knights of the Realm did good. 1200, 500, 600. Despite some losing fights, they all did pretty well. Fey Enchantress could have probably lived. And the cab charges into that choke point flank, I think, cost him quite a bit. But aside from that, well played, Lambie. It was a great game, brother. And for Black Phillip, Orion was a hard carry, of course. The Zotes did really, really well with 2,300. And the Hawk Riders both, wow, got over 1,000 gold of value. That's really not bad at all. Very well played. Hey, Samuel Christensen, thank you for the donation. How would you go about beating Wood Elves with Bretonnia? Honestly, no, Bretonnia is not weak. If you look at Lambie's build, it's actually not bad at all against Bretonnia. Like, that's a proper direction to go. It just comes down to the execution, really. So yeah, well played. GG, well played, guys. Was fun. Hey, see you later, Lambie. Thanks for playing, man. Next up, we have Xiphos coming in hot. The Dark Lord of France. All right, so let me go ahead and tag him. All right, Xiphos. Oh, he goes by a different name here. Zotes, I think. Something Zotes. But yeah, Bretonnian, like... Yeah, here he is. Okay, so let's get him on a different map here. The Bloodfire Falls. Oh my god, we could just continue a trend of doing... Yeah, that Bretonnian build was good. Yeah. It was definitely not bad. Map set. Turin, can we get a match on a giant winter map? Sure. Yeah, I can do one. I know the map you're talking about. I'm pretty sure. So we got Xiphos against Philip here. Philip will do his 3 picks. 3 picks. Phil, go. And we'll see. Xiphos, I'm sure, very eager to get his hands onto the Wood Elves, as he is a Wood Elf main. Yeah, okay, I saw some frames drop for just a minute, but it looks like it's stable now, so hopefully we won't have any more drama over the course of this stream. Samuel Christensen, again, thank you for the donation. Fey Double Paladin is really strong. We saw that Never Chosen. Fistek was able to have a very, very good performance with that. And again, I mean, Fey Double Paladin has been something Bretonnian players have been doing since the dawn of time. It's not like a new innovation. It's probably the most meta pick. All right. So Black Phillip is picking Vampire Counts, High Elves, and Tomb Kings. Xiphos is picking Wood Elves. And yes, you get 1 ban. Correct. And he gets to ban 1. Oh my god. He banned... So he picked his 3 factions, which are Vampire Counts, High Elves, and Tomb Kings, and he banned Wood Elves. Xiphos just here wanting to play Wood Elves so badly, I'm sure. I was like, get wrecked, Xiphos. Oh my god, that's so funny. Yeah, Wildwood Rangers Pickled Buddha do kind of fight with Batliths, don't they? Yeah, the Klingons of Warhammer Fantasy. Yeah. Yeah, Mel Gibson is really strong. I think he is by far the strongest Wood Elf Lord that you can choose. He is just a beast of a beast. Alright, so let's see what he picks. So Xiphos gets to ban 1 now and pick. I don't know what he'll pick. Could go Skaven. Why not Skaven, Xiphos? Okay, he's going High Elves and banning Tomb Kings. So we got High Elves facing off against either Vampire Counts, which is like a hard counter, or High Elves. So we're going to get a mirror or a hard counter. Very, very good competitive pick by Xiphos. Yeah, he really mind gamed that one pretty good. Yeah, Mel is really good. I think Throt is a really good character too. He's like, the fact that he has a fat heel is really, really strong. Yeah, Throt is great. I think Deathmaster is really good. Xiphos says, because elves are cool and rats are dirty. Oh man, alright, well, looks like these Skaven will have to come for vengeance at some point on this stream. Yeah, we'll see. And now Philip either chooses Vampire Counts or High Elves in a mirror match, which would be really funny. If I were him, I would honestly pick a mirror match, because Vampire Counts just get dunked on so hard by High Elves, in my experience. Ilariel with Tempest is just so brutal. You want to make Tretch viable? I feel like we... Boba Fett, I feel like we want a couple shitty lords just to laugh at. Like, if everyone was good, we wouldn't have memes, you know? Oh, we got a High Elf mirror match! Alright. Guys, so we got a High Elf Civil War here. We got Black Phillip on High Elves and Xiphos on High Elves, so for anyone who likes mirror matches, here you go. So High Elves are a counter against vampire counts. I mean, there's a couple of reasons, but the main reason is the fact that Larry is so good and she pretty much always brings Tempest. So the vampire counts can't really afford to go in the air. It forces them to go on the ground, which then gives the high elves monster superiority. They can go halberd box with monsters, and it's really tough for the vampire counts to break a halberd box without using like breath attacks from zombie dragons and things like that. So yeah, that's pretty much, I would say, the most poignant kind of response to your question there. In Hesh, actually, no. A lot of people, we have a pretty global community here for sure. If you look at the analytics of my channel, about 36% of my total subscribers on the channel, so people who are actively subscribed to the channel, are American. The rest obviously comes from all over the world. So yeah, all over the place. We got a substantial audience, of course, in Europe. Yeah, a lot of people from Europe as well. So we got the dreaded High Elf Mirror. What time is it there? Well, depends on where you are, but if you're in the States, usually +8, depending on where you go. You go further east, it gets more and more. Yes, the mirror match. I'm quite curious what we're going to see here. People usually don't practice mirror matches, so like the meta, I don't know, is it's probably not very defined. It's as long as Phil is okay with it, you can do it. They're talking about maybe switching. Yeah, okay, they've agreed to switch. So Philip has agreed to have Zyphos play Dark Elves. So we have Dark Elves versus High Elves here in this matchup. All right. Yeah, neither of them wanted to do a mirror match, so we did switch. So it's going to be Druki versus High Elves here. Matt, you better bring Malice. Bring Malice, bro. I just told him he better bring Malice. Hey, Wicked, thank you for the heads up, man. Don't worry. Don't worry, here it comes. We got the High Elves versus Dark Elves. The dreaded mirror has been avoided. Honestly, mirror matches are just not fun to cast, though. Yeah, it's really hard, especially with High Elves. They have that really uniform style that looks so similar. Yeah. There are a couple of mirror matches I like. Sometimes I like watching like an Empire mirror match. It's almost like just watching like Napoleon or something, you know? Yeah, Dark Elves versus High Elves is a fun matchup. Yeah, I like watching this one. I'm sure we'll see some Scourge Runners and things like that. So, 2 minutes left to pick. I'll have to put some sort of a timer so we get more players in. Geralt of Rivia, welcome back to the stream. Malice books are a fun read. Yeah, I haven't read those. No, I haven't read too many Warhammer Fantasy books, with the exception of the first 4 or 5 Gotrek and Felix books, and the Masters of Stone and Steel, which is the dwarf books. They're pretty great. They're really good. Fall of Dragonback is fun. Grudgebringer is great. You get to meet the white dwarf in that. Grombrindle comes in and just beats the hell out of some greenskins. Yeah, it's pretty badass. I hope we see Malice. Malice got buffed, you know. All right. Philip is ready, so we'll go ahead and start up the game. We are on Eschen. Eschen is a relatively open field map, so pretty dynamic play options here. I suppose there is a little bit of terrain for people to hide things in. The Haggard Dwarf Mirror, yeah. The Dwarf Mirror is pretty punishing for sure. Man, I just like can't wait for this stupid Rona to be over. There's so it's just so it wears on you, you know. I used to be like an absolute shut-in. Like, hey, I really didn't like going out, but now I'm like fiending for it. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, dwarf books are amazing. It really captures the dwarves, their essence. If you guys are dwarf fans, or you're learning about dwarves and you want to get down and dirty, the Masters of Stone and Steel is so good. Yeah. Hey, Big Carman, how you doing? Hope all is well over in the Navy, my friend. You know what? I bet you in Game 3, guys, we'll get like some sort of an army painter. I bet you it's going to happen. It's like such a Warhammer thing. And to capstone the game, like even like Haggard-ass Dawn of War gave us like a really janky one. Like I bet you, Dawn of War 3 that is. I bet you we're going to get an army painter of some sort in Game 3. How fun would that be to go in and be able to like really actually take like a brush to your units? Oh, that'd be so badass if we could get a legit army painter. Oh man. I would spend hours on that. Like imagine getting a Chaos Army and like being able to like paint them in a Slanesh scheme or something. That'd be so cool. I think Sisters of Twilight are decent. I think they have some teeth in a couple matchups. I think they're very functional. And they pretty much always pay for themselves, which is nice. If they just sit and shoot their full volley, they're guaranteed going to pay for themselves in damage. So I really do like the Sisters of Twilight. I don't think they're as good as like Orion or Draika, but I think they're like very, very good in the matchups that they're good in. Yes. Gokthim says, my brother's girlfriend is days of 9 months pregnant. I might not be able to visit them. Oh yeah, because of the... I'm sorry to hear that, man. Yeah. You see, it's things like that. It's just rough. It's rough. Well, just give him a call. Do the best you can, my friend. And here we are in the battle. Black Phillip, our current King of the Hill. We actually got to update the scoreboard for him real quick. I'm just going to put Phil for short. The Dark Lord Phil. He can have the score of 1 here. So Philip is going to be going for a Silver and Guard front line. So it looks like in total 1, 2, 3, 4 Silver and Guard. On the flanks, he does have Spearmen and Spearmen. 2 basic archers, double bolt thrower with triple Dragon Prince. That is a pretty heavy metal build for sure. Backed up by Larry, of course. I love it. Xiphos, the King of France, coming in with the Scourge Runner chariots. So he does have 2 of those. Scourge Runners are a great, great tool against the High Elves. In my opinion, great against the single entities as well as the Dragon Princes. A little bit of juking going down from the Scourge Runners. In the back, we do have Cold One Knights. Looks like there's going to be 2 Cold One Knights, 2 Scourge Runners. Oh my god, the Bloodrack Medusa, baby! Come on, drop that shot. Oh, look at the damage on that. Holy shit. That Medusa just crumped 1 shot. Did like 15% HP on those Silver and Guard. Oh, is the Medusa back on the menu, baby. I love it. Repeater crossbows on the flanks. Malice Darkblade. Xiphos really living it up here. Man of the people. Oh, dude, I'm so hyped for this. Okay, my favorite game right now. So Malice Darkblade is here. Looks like Larry might be getting in to get a little bit aggressive. But so far, that Medusa, look at the damage that Medusa's done. 2 shots, and it's like half the health of the Silver and Guard. That is great value. I think that Xiphos needs to get these repeater crossbows back and come and fend off Alariel, because she's actually going pretty ham, and Xiphos may actually lose his Sorceress of Death here early, which would be an absolute disaster. So now Cold One Knights are coming in. Malice Darkblade going to be pushing in as well. And so far, the biggest winner has been this Medusa. It's 36 kills and really wrecking these elite infantry in the front. Malice going to be charging in, intercepting the Dragon Princes. He does have a little bit of support, and it looks like he does pick off 1. A very aggressive play from Philip. I think I kind of disagree with this. A little bit balls deep. Granted, there are 3 Dragon Princes, so maybe here they will be able to accrue their value, but so far taking big damage, and Malice Darkblade should be able to lend some good help with the Demon's Curse and some of those other abilities there. So the fight is underway. Cold One Knights coming around the backside. Xiphos does have his other cav units, which should be able to kill both bolt throwers for free. And here is the Demon's Curse. So leadership and melee defense lowered on all the princes, and it looks like Black Phillip is going to be forced to retreat before the might of Malice Darkblade. In the back, we do have a ganking attempt. The Sorceress of Death is being hunted by the Pigeon Lady. Shield of Thorns currently active. But the Scourge Runners are doing some big damage and should be able to actually liberate that situation. Balance of power currently in the favor of the Druki here. Is Malice Darkblade able to fend off the Dragon Princes? It looks like Xiphos didn't really commit to the back line yet with those Cold One Knights. I would imagine it will be coming in relatively soon. Dude, the Medusa, holy shit. This game is awesome. Seeing a Medusa actually like do something, that's a rare sighting indeed. So now Malice Darkblade going to be leading the charge into the Dragon Princes here. He does have some infantry support. And yeah, like I said, Malice has pretty good AP values, and Scourge Runners are also supporting as well. Dragon Princes are countercharging, but the problem for the Dark Elves now is the battle's a little bit more kind of focused into the High Elf territory. So they have more infantry support nearby, they have spears, they have all sorts of good stuff. So we'll see what happens. Malice fighting the good fight, though. Really nice Star of Avalorn coming down from the Phillip. It does hit Alariel. It hits both of his elite cav units. And now all 3 Dragon Princes are going to be peeling back here to actually shut down the Cold One Knights in the backfield. However, Xiphos does potentially have an opportunity to get back here and kill these bolt throwers. Frontline fighting still going on. Malice Darkblade and the boys grinding down these Dragon Princes, but the Cold One Knights really taking some big, big damage for sure. Malice has not popped the blood price yet, and as far as magic goes for the Druki, we do have Spirit Leeches. So I would imagine Spirit Leeches will probably come in to try and finish these guys off. We will see. These Cold One Knights got crumped pretty good, though, and the balance of power has kind of crept back into the middle here. The Medusa is still just pushing up the front line, up to 79 kills. Really not bad. Philip is playing the High Elves right now. His name is Black Phillip. And Xiphos is playing the Dark Elves. Army's looking a little bit better here for the Druki, as the Blackheart Corsairs are eventually getting to the front line. The Medusa is now sitting and shooting. I'm not sure at what. Probably shooting it at Dragon Princes might not be bad. Oh, but he's got the Medusa down the line. Look at this. And he's like shooting down the formation, just wrecking those Spearmen in Silver and Guard. Now, as far as the blob fight goes, Dragon Princes are still much healthier than the Cold One Knights, so the High Elves have suddenly kind of secured the mobile advantage. However, However, there still are 2 units of Dark Riders alive, and also 2 Scourge Runners with ample ammo. I think that Xiphos has more than enough ammunition to probably deal with these Dragon Princes here, and should be okay to do so. And also, you have to remember, Malice Darkblade is still healthy, and he has his demonic form, so if it did come down to it in the late game, Malice could do its thing. Look at that, the Medusa actually leaping in, going after Alariel the Radiant here, but let's see. What kind of damage is coming in? Oh, the Medusa gets a huge shot! Larry could be in a little bit of trouble with that Spirit Leech. That Medusa does have anti-large. A lot of people don't know that. So the Medusa is going to be partially surrounded by Dragon Princes, but that's okay for Xiphos because the Scourge Runners and Repeater Crossbows are nearby, and Malice Darkblade is also making his way in as well. Really curious about the damage they've all done this game. Really fun to have that statistic. But so far, the Medusa has been trekking all the infantry. The Sorceress is somehow still alive, too. I have no idea how Larry hasn't been able to kill that Sorceress. It's been really close. Dragon Princes are still functional for Black Phillip. He's been doing a pretty good job actually getting some good engagements and also keeping them alive, despite really diving incredibly balls deep. There are 2 Bolt Throwers in the back as well, which could help Black Phillip get the bounce power back in his favor. You can see the Bolt Throwers here are able to start shooting against these Scourge Runners, and one Scourge Runner is, you know, done for now. It has 1 model left and probably will be relatively insignificant here. And here comes Malice Darkblade moving his way back in, guys. Frontline fight. Dragon Prince is just kind of hammering, trying to support the spears, but the Medusa still shooting. Okay. I don't think I can wait till the game's over, guys. We have to check right now. I'm sorry. Medusa, look at that. Medusa, 1,500 gold worth of value, and she ain't done yet. Look at that. Up to 1,640, blasting some of the Dragon Princes. A good attempt here by Black Phillip to try and goon out the Sorceress of Death. Really hunting up on the high ground. Might be able to get it. Dragon Princes aren't, you know, the swiftest cavalry unit, but some of the Scourge Runners are going to be sacrificed, it looks like. So I think Xiphos intentionally left the Scourge Runners there to allow the Sorcerers to escape, knowing that Spirit Leeches are more valuable than a Chariot piece that's pretty much out of ammo at this point. Malice Darkblade's just on the hunt, though, and now it looks like the backfield is open, so both of these Bolt Thrower stations should go down here. The Repeater Crossbow Cav going to be pushing in here, and Blackheart Corsairs are going to be marching in to meet that Bolt Thrower in combat. So a very, very pitched fight indeed. But it still looks like the Druchii are in a little bit of a state of advantage here as Malice Darkblade is still going strong. Yeah, oh man, it's so cool to see the Medusa in action. And here comes Malice. Malice, so the changes he got, for anyone who's wondering, Malice no longer kills himself as quickly. It's much slower now. So when he switches to Zarkan form, his demon form, it takes, I don't know about the exact percentage, but quite a bit longer for him to actually go down from his demonic affliction. Medusa coming in, gets a nice anti-large shot. Chariot's charging into the back. Not quite able to pin in the Pigeon Lady. It looks like she should be able to get away here. Up through the high ground, retreating through her Dragon Princes. The Princes get a nice little charge, might be able to kill a Chariot or 2. We'll see. And Malice is able to chase her back up into the sky, and from here I assume he'll probably just be going after the Dragon Princes, taking away the last teeth of this High Elf army. High Elves do have a couple scattered spearmen around the map, but really I don't think it's going to be enough. Medusa's still going as well. Oh my god, is he transforming? Oh, he's doing it! The demon is here! Oh, the Reaper of Souls is active. Hell yeah, dude. Draining the health here of these Dragon Princes. And that is going to be triggering... Oh my god, look at the balance of power shift right there. Oh, Demon Malice, baby. Oh, yes. Dude, that was so awesome. That was awesome! Yes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. I sure did. Thank you to Big Carmen for the donation. I'm not sure about the currency there, but I really appreciate it. And to Mark Garrett as well. Being king is a dangerous thing in France. Apparently so. Apparently so. Xiphos is going to be claiming the throne there, and don't worry, I will take a look at the all the juiciness. Xiphos, dude, that was so good. Yeah, Malice, that was so cool. I love it. All right, so Xiphos is the current king of the hill. Next up, we have. Let me go ahead and check my list. We have Wagetstein. So Wagetstein, if you're here. Very good. And now we can look at the stats here. Malice did 875. Yeah, he was getting kited mostly, so I don't see him doing too much damage. Repeater Crossbows did fine. Scourge Runners did fine. They usually always do. But the Medusa was the real winner here. Look at that thing. Holy shit. Medusa at 1873 in terms of damage value. Awesome, awesome stuff. Yeah, and for the High Elves, Larry got in there. Dragon Princes fought hard, but some of them got crumped. But 1,800 and 1,300 really isn't bad. Bolt Throwers were able to get some value as well. But the Spearmen got wrecked by that Medusa, man. That thing was just karate chopping those guys. All right. Very good. That was an awesome game. Very, very pleasurable to watch. So now we'll do Glacial Lake for our next map. Yeah, Xiphos doesn't like Zotes. Which is pretty funny. All right, so now we got Wagetstein coming in, and we'll get this party started. Sequoia Boy, no, I don't. No. Mr. Pig plus his healing might be more on par with the damage he takes. Yeah, exactly. Maybe he can like scale better there. It's hard to say. Carrot Shell, off to a great start tonight. I know, we've had some really good games. These have been really fun. I remember when I used to think her name was Cartel Shell. Those were the days, huh? Dark Elves did win. It was a great game. And he brought Malice, too. It was awesome. I really like seeing Dark Elves. Like, I'm kind of one of those people who sees a faction like that's bad or considered to be bad, and I want to play them more. You know, Druchii are in an interesting spot. They were very powerful in the meta for quite some time, but they just have kind of fallen by the wayside. Medusa Doomstack for the next campaign. The biggest problem with Medusas, Mr. Boylan, is the fact that they have really terrible line of sight. So oftentimes you like just rarely shoot with them. You got to get them like down the side of a formation. Yeah. So Xiphos picks 3. Good luck, have fun. All right, so Xiphos is going to do his picks here. Anticity is not playing today. No. The King of the Hills are basically open entry, and I get a list generally of 20 to 30 people who sign up. That's usually how many sign up. And then I randomly generate the list. So it's completely random every time. The King of the Hills has been going, I don't know how long we've been streaming, maybe like an hour or so. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so Xiphos picks all elves, and he's banning greenskins, which is smart. He sees his opponent's name as Wagetstein. You know who would be good against all 3 elves? You know who'd be good against all 3 elves? Let's see. Empire is good, decent against Wood Elves, decent against Dark Elves, and decent against High Elves, too. You could probably go Empire, yeah. Wagetstein says, I really need a less obvious name. Oh, that's so funny. Poor guy. Tommaso says, just finished painting my Conrad Curtis Primarch model. Thanks for the tips you gave me a while ago. Hey, you're welcome. I do have a small Night Lord's force. I mean, I have a Night Lord's Smash Captain. He has like a Thunderhammer, and then I have, or a Smash Lord, and then I have 10 Warp Talons. But currently I'm going pretty deep in my Death Guard army. I'll be doing a new Death Guard army video soon, because since you guys saw it last time, I've gotten a ton of new stuff, and yeah. I just have to finish 3 Mephitic Blight Haulers, and then my Death Guard army is completely done. Yeah. Christian Bender, thank you for the 50 DKK. He says, why did Zerthu go to the doctor for treatment? Dude, nice, bro. Nice. Bretonnia is advantaged against High Elves, good against Wood Elves, and good. Yeah, actually, you know what? Bretonnia is actually a really good choice there, too. Yeah, Bretonnia is really, really good against all the elf factions. I mean, the Wood Elf matchup might be more even now, but they can still win it. Like, you can pick Bretonnia comfortably there. I feel like Empire's in the same way. Oh, we got Druchii against Empire, guys, on Glacial Lake. It's a relatively small map, so curious to see. So we got Empire versus Dark Elves again. Yeah. Should be fun. Yeah, my Death Guard army is getting pretty fat. I have every model, with the exception of the Mephitic Blight Haulers, which I'm painting right now. I have 3 of them primed in the living room table. Did you check out today for the new Inexorable Advanced Rules? No, Daniel, I didn't. If you could actually type them here in chat so I don't have to minimize and look and sate that curiosity, I would greatly appreciate that. I'll be watching for your message, if of course you're willing. Yeah. Death Guard is my main army, though. Aside from that, I have a Chaos Undivided army, which is like basically Black Legion paint scheme. I have a huge Chaos army. Yeah. Hey, Inesh. Get some sleep, man. 4 a.m. Damn, son. We'll see you. See you in the replay. Yeah, it's going to be Sigmar versus the Dark Elves. Always a fun one. 3 minutes to pick. Empire is good here, honestly. Empire's fine in this matchup. I think Dark Elves have a decent matchup versus Empire. It's not too bad. After this, we have the Viking. See you in chat, man. And then Gabo Slayer, Outer Region, Sadistic Coconut, Poison Ducky, Scumbag is going to be our 10th player. And if the stream hasn't gone too long at that point, we'll keep going down our list. Okay, so let's see. The hand surgery, it helped. So historically, before my hand surgery, I was able to play, if I was to do like a quick battle like situation, I could play 4 quick battles comfortably, and then when I hit 5, I was like starting to suffer. Now, after my hand surgery, it's more like 6 to 9 range I can do, like in one day. So like my strength has gotten better, and I'm hoping that as I progress with my rehabilitation, it'll continue to get better. It's when you have nerve damage like I do in my hand, it gets really tricky, but I'm hoping it'll get better. When can we dude, if I could grow an actual Volkmar stash, I would do it. Unfortunately, I can't. Would you play Warhammer mod for CK3 when it comes out? Yeah, I'd give it a try. All right, so Daniel Tar says, this unit counts as having remained stationary if it did not fall back or advance in your previous movement phase. This unit counts as having remained stationary if it did not fall back. So in 9th edition, there's no longer penalties for moving and firing heavy weapons, but... Oh, okay, so basically, like, Plague Marines are always going to rapid fire. Because of Bolter Discipline, right? Is that kind of the combo there? No -1 for advancing, no -1 for shooting with engagement range of vehicles. Okay. That's actually those are some cool rules. If this unit has the vehicle keyword, it does not suffer the penalty incurred to its hit rolls, firing heavy weapons at enemy units that are with engagement. Okay, that's cool. So you can like blast things off you a little bit easier. Yeah, okay. If this unit has the infantry keyword, it can ignore any of the modifiers to its move characteristic, advance rolls, and charge rolls. Okay, so that includes like charging through craters and things like that? Okay. That could be pretty good. I'm excited. Hey, thank you, Daniel, for sharing those changes with me. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, always rapid fire when not advancing and falling back. That's really cool. Like having a bolter squad of Plague Marines with the relentless volleys and the plague ammunition with the worm spitter relic could be really sweet. I know the more like mouth breathing way to play Death Guard in tabletop is just to spam their demon engines, but I really want to make an infantry list work because like infantry is my favorite thing about Death Guard. The Viking says Zypho's coming up for you. Warhammer 1 nostalgia. I know it's going to be fun, Viking. We'll see, but he's got a mighty foe before him. The Wagetstein is certainly no joke. I played against him and he can scrap. So we'll see what happens here. It's a small map too, so that could also change the dynamic. Yeah. I actually had like severe nerve impingement in my hands and stuff. Yeah, it's crazy stuff. Oh, they're going to be previewing Death Guard rules all week, which is good because they delayed it for a month, so they need to keep the rabble satiated. Do I have a video for the best units about campaign? Campaign is not my specialty, Gustavo. If you're really looking for that, there's other creators who do campaign much better, right? I more or less know and could answer your question, but I don't have like encyclopedic knowledge about campaign compared to my multiplayer expertise. But yeah, I mean, I don't currently have a video on that topic. Granted, I might make one someday once I get a little bit more familiar as I play through more campaigns. So we'll see. All right, guys. For the Sigmarite, we got Boris Todbringer. We'll see if Cardio beats the Dark Elves here. In the front line, it's going to be Spearman, Flagellant, Sigmar Sons with, a Hellblaster Volley Gun. Talk dirty, man. This is some good stuff right here. Check this out. Oh yeah, Hellblaster Volley Gun. Not bad. On a short range map like this, it's going to be able to start blasting right away. Wagetstein does have Knights of the Blazing Sun, Reichsguard Knights, and Empire Knights, a Deathcaster, as well as a Warrior Priest. I like this army. I think it's fun. Really nice terrain here, too, for him. He's going to be able to kind of, do it here. For the front line of the Druki, it's going to be Blackheart Corsairs. It's pretty cool to see. I wonder if they got buffed in this patch. I'm not sure. But they should be able to beat state troops. We got Malus Darkblade again, baby! He's back on the menu! We got a Sorceress of Shadows. Pendulum, still really, really good against Empire handgunners and things like that. Coldman Riders in the back, double repeater crossbow, and that's pretty much it for this Druki army. So very excited to see if the Empire can hold against the might of the Druki. Turin, if you like infantry or Death Guard and your favorite fantasy army is Dawi, I'm seeing a theme here. I know. Dawi and Empire are probably my favorite fantasy armies in terms of lore. Yeah. Golden Monolith. Brandon Morrison, are we talking about Skilled? Skilled is like the one that's like a massive snow with like a valley in the middle. Or are you talking about a more level map? Yeah, we'll see. No bolt throwers here. Bolt throwers on this small map would be pretty effective against the Empire. They could certainly kill the Hellblaster Volley Gun very quickly. So the Dark Elves are going to have to do it the old-fashioned way with the good old bum rush, using Malice and Pendulum, taking down the handgunners in the back. We'll see. I know. It's going to be good. It's going to be good indeed. Zypho's just yelling Druchi. Just all angrily. Walgetstein says, to the bitter frozen north, we pursue our Druchi foes. To the bitter end, we fight for Franz. Oh, I love it. A little bit of role-playing always spices up the game for me. All right, guys, the battle is underway. Here, the Hellblaster volley guns, a little bit precarious putting the Reichsguard in front of them. They might actually be obstructed. We'll see. The Reichsguard Knights are probably blocking those shots, but now Walgetstein is lining up his shots. Looks like the Corsairs did take a volley from the Silver Bullets here. Oh, man, I almost just want to type to Walgetstein and be like, move your Reichsguard Knights! Your Hellblasters aren't shooting! It's like the big centerpiece of your army. Granted, okay, it looks like it is shooting, actually. Those Golden Knights may have taken a volley there. I don't know. Yeah, okay. It's able to shoot over the Reichsguard Knights. But look, they're taking damage from artillery. The Reichsguard in the back are actually being killed, which is a little bit painful, but you can't win them all. So here, Sigmar's Sons going to be taking a full-on charge, but they are unbreakable, so if anybody's going to be taking a charge for Sigmar, it's certainly going to be them. And the Reichsguard Knights have moved away now, so the Hellblaster volley gun is shooting happily and doing a ton of damage. You can see the Dark Elf blob here of Cold One Knights and Repeater Crossbows really getting hammered. Here we got a flank engagement. We got the Slaanesha's Harvesters being ganked by Knights of the Blazing Sun and Boris Todbringer. Granted, I think the Empire should probably stay the course here. They do have the winning fight. I think Knights of the Blazing Sun handedly defeats Slaanesha's Harvesters, and also you have spear support. Boris probably should get back in there and help out, but we'll see. In the front line, we do have the Empire Knights charging into the Bare Naked Ladies here, so the Witch Elves going to be getting hammered down by the Empire Heavy Cavalry. Granted, they're just Empire Knights, so the damage won't be too impactful. A nice Soulfire Bombardment going down there by Walgetstein is able to blast those Blackheart Corsairs pretty handedly. But now, Zypho's committing even more to this fight, pulling in some Coldman Riders. Both players seem to really want to win this one, and now the Empire is going to be coming with some Reichsguard Knights, and the Hellblaster volley gun is still functional at this point, still shooting. Probably has accrued some pretty decent value, but oh no. He left it undefended, and the Cold One Knights are going to be coming in to finish off the Hellblaster volley gun. Good night, Sweet Prince, you'll be missed. Empire Spearmen, of course, panicking and rushing in to try and save the situation here, as are some Empire Knights. And, you know, Cold One Knights aren't super quick at killing ground-based units, so the Hellblaster volley gun may potentially come back online. But this fight certainly very pitched here. Boris Todbringer going to be forced to retreat, and the Druchi, having committed more resources, are finally able to win that. Malice Darkblade, of course, a pretty substantial presence there on the ground, so the Empire Cav Corps is broken for now. However, the Sons of Sigmar still have a bastion of State Troopers. Boris Todbringer is quite healthy. They have their Warrior Priest here. It's a very close fight, actually. This is a good, proper scrap. I'm quite curious about the Hellblaster volley gun, the amount of damage it was able to do over the course of the game. Here you can see the Empire Knights actually getting broken off as well. Corsair Infantry, though, are really good in the infantry department at killing light, like kind of chaff units. You can see their bonus versus infantry, and their general combat stats aren't bad with 40 melee attack, so they're just really squishy, but against like state troops, like spearmen, swordsmen, who have very poor damage output, the Corsair's armor generally will be enough to keep them afloat. Pretty cool to see them all used in this stream so far. So now we do have a pit fight. We have Boris Todbringer going in, but the Demon's Curse has been activated here by Malice. I'm curious if Zyphos is going to blow it early and actually switch into demon form, because there is a big blob here, right? So Malice could potentially get... Yep. Oh, he's doing it? Is he doing it? No, he just has the Blood Price on. Blood Price makes Malice pretty scary. 720 weapon strength. Jesus, that's thick. And it looks like the Druchi are pulling ahead in this battle. It's been a very good, proper scrap, but Malice Darkblade may be too much for Toddy to handle. Toddy's going to be pulling back here. The Empire's pretty much out of steam. I don't see too many assets left for the Sons of Sigmar. We have the Warrior Priest here, I guess. Malice is still strong, and oh, the Demon Malice is here, baby! And the Bloodstorm is active, and I would imagine the Reaper of Souls is now active as well, which is going to be draining the HP of all these units. It's really quite powerful, actually. And down goes the Spearmen, down goes the Empire Knights, and now Toddy is next on the list of prey as Malice Darkblade. You can see here his damage he's taking is quite a bit less. He's going to be charging in, going after the Toadbringer. 96 melee attack, no biggie. And yes, you can see the Enfeebling Foe really going to be quite punishing. And there you have it, guys. That is it. GG, well played. That was a really fun game. Love seeing Malice Darkblade. It's just like, oh, it's such a fun thing. All right. Why are some people's names in chat green? It's because they are channel sponsors. So there's a little button on the bottom where you can sponsor the channel. It's the same as Twitch. It's like, I think it's like a couple bucks a month. And then it gives you access to like emojis and different things like that. Hellblaster Volley Gun did not do too well. It was obstructed during its prime time. The Hellblaster Volley Gun definitely needed to be shooting the whole time. It could have easily gotten 1,000 gold of value just ripping into Cold One Knights. Aside from that, the Empire Cab did okay. 800, 1,100 there on the Reichsguard Knight, 700 here. Toddy didn't do bad. It was a good fight. Walgetstein put up a good scrap. I would definitely cut the Huntsman probably. But yeah, it was a good one. Zyphos just got the better engagements, and Malice Darkblade was Unholy Terror in the night. Corsair Infantry, 400, 500, 400, 500. Did pretty well for themselves. Witch Elves really, really crumped it. But yeah, the Cav are obviously the breadwinners. It was a good game. Well played. Well played indeed. GG, well played. Hey, Walgetstein, thank you for joining, brother. A salute to those who have fallen against the mighty Xiphos. And now we have the Viking! Classic Warhammer 1 tournament matchup here. These two gentlemen used to play against each other quite a bit. Alright, we'll send in the password. Malice, the Malice meta is back in the menu, boys. Ice Power Total War, dude. We've had 2 Malice wins in a row, actually, which has been fun. Xiphos currently on 2 wins in today's King of the Hill. And now we have the Viking. So we will give them the Stallion Tomb. All right. 5 minutes to pick once armies selected. All right. All set. All set. Hey, Walgetstein. It was a good game, man. I don't know if you noticed in the beginning, Walgetstein, but your Hellblaster was blocked in the beginning by your Reiksguard Knights, so you missed like probably 3 volleys from it, which was pretty painful. Yeah. There should be a specific page for streams on YouTube. Yeah, you know, YouTube streaming is certainly not as fancy as Twitch, but I honestly just love the community we have here on YouTube, so that's why I stream here. You know, it also keeps it all in one tightly formed package of the YouTube channel, which has its risks, of course. It's all good, Walgetstein. You played a good game. Xiphos is a fearsome foe. You know, one of the best out there, so... And you put up a great fight. Yeah. All's good. All is good. Alright, so let me load this up here real quick. Perfect. So we got... Xiphos picks all 3 elves, and he bans greenskins. So now the Viking gets to ban... He gets to pick his faction and ban one of Xiphos' 3 picks. So he'll probably leave Wood Elves, honestly. Yeah, go Lizardmen and ban probably High Elves, I would imagine. We'll see. We'll see what he decides to do. Yeah, I hear you guys. I love the YouTube community, so... Do you agree with Dov that Poison Wind units for Skaven are OP? They're very good. I don't know if I would call them like broken. Because, you know, what's something that's funny about them? I'm pretty sure that a lot of the sensation about Poison Wind mortars, like, wow, they're doing so much damage, which they are, mind you, is partially because in the damage value stat after the game, it takes into account friendly fire. So they friendly fire and it includes that damage, I think. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah. Turin, how would you feel about Warhammer Fantasy Amazon Prime show with Carl Urban as Carl Franz? Sign me up. I'm good. Carl Urban is like one of my favorite actors. I'm all on board for that. Dude, if they did a Warhammer Fantasy show, oh my god, holy shit, I'd be excited. My only concern about a Warhammer Fantasy show being done by like a major platform like that is like, I feel like they would kind of deviate from the vision of Warhammer and make it like less grimdark, you know, and like also get rid of some of the... Yeah, I don't know. I feel like... Although Warhammer Fantasy isn't as grimdark as 40k, but... You know, I feel like they would deviate from, like, what it truly is. And, like, it would be pretty frustrating to see. But I would still take it. Yeah. So, like, I was playing a game. I had a Globadier throwing... Like, and it was hitting my clan rats and Skaven slaves, but it also nuked some like greatswords, right? But you have to remember that's like an extra 500 gold value. That's your own units. It only does that for Skaven. That's pretty funny. Yeah. Henry Cavill definitely looks like Franz. Yeah, and he's a fan of Warhammer too. He'd be fun. I'd be down for Henry Cavill as Franz. Hell yeah. I think Carl Urban would be more of a Marcus Wolfhart. Like Carl Urban looks more like that rugged, like, you know, kind of outdoorsman type. I think like him as Marcus Wolfhart would be badass. I think Franz would definitely be like, yeah, I think Henry would be good because he's got that tall, like kind of figure as well. Yeah. Who knows? You see, I haven't read the Witcher books, so I had Anna. My wife is a diehard fan though, and she refuses to watch the show because she's just worried about seeing what they did to her favorite characters. But as someone who didn't read the books, you know, I was like, there's some fun fantasy. Henry Cavill would be Tyrion. No, Tyrion would be like Nikolai Valder-Costo. You know the guy who plays Jaime Lannister on Game of Thrones. I think he would be a good Tyrion. He would be a really good Tyrion, actually. And then Teclis could be Benedict Cumberbatch, obviously. We actually had a whole podcast on this. If you guys haven't seen it, my wife and I did a whole video where we talked about who we would cast for various characters. For Skarsnik, we would have Armin Shimmerman. He's the actor who plays Quark in Deep Space Nine. That was what we decided on. Grom the Paunch would be... Grom the Paunch we decided was going to be Danny DeVito. Like his Penguin-esque Danny DeVito in the 90s. So we got Wood Elves versus Dark Elves, or Wood Elves versus Lizardmen here. This is interesting. I've been quite curious about how to crack the code on this matchup. Because Viking is just going to go double Solar Engine with like Saurus and Skinks. Saurus Spears and Skinks probably. I'm really curious to see how Xiphos will approach this. James Earl Jones is Marathi? What? Yeah, Eva Green would be a good Marathi for sure. She'd be really good. Yeah. You know what? Henry Cavill would be a really good Eltharion the Grim too. Yeah, my wife is Polish. Yes, Lady Turin is Polish. So she's read all the Witcher books, and she's like a diehard Witcher fan. Christopher Lee. Oh, yeah, Christopher Lee would be like a great Heinrich Kemmler. Or any sort of... You know, Christopher Lee could also be like a Tzeentchian sorcerer. Like when they add like Tzeentch wizards, he could be one of those too. I love this discussion. It's so much fun to theorycraft. Who would play? Yeah, I mean, Orion would just be Mel Gibson for sure. Yeah. Steven Seagal, no. Steven Seagal would be like... Steven Seagal would be Throt the Unclean. Just like this haggard, gluttonous, out of shape rat. Oh my god. Do you think Wood Elf has the advantage now that Stag Knights are a thing? In this matchup, Ice Power? I don't think so. I still think this matchup's actually Lizard favored. If the Lizardmen play it like really tight, I think they still have the advantage. I don't know. It's hard to say, actually. Stag Knights aren't that great in this matchup. They're too squishy. They get blasted by Solar Engines, and they get wrecked by Chameleon Skinks. Who could play Manfred? Well, Manfred is... You have Ralph Fiennes play Manfred. Ralph is he's the actor who plays Voldemort. He also... he plays the devil... what other movie was in? Yeah, Ralph Fiennes. And then in Clash of the Titans, he also played Hades. I think you just cast him as Manfred. Ian McKellen would have to be some badass wizard of some sort. I mean, dude, that's like what he was born to play. You know, in The Mask, he could actually be a pretty epic Gelt. Yeah, I think it's a shame because you're wasting his face, because like his facial acting is so good. That would be fun though, for sure. Sean Bean could be like a Kurt Helborg type character. Yeah. Malekith by Hayden Christensen. Hell yeah, dude, sign me up. Sign me up. Johnny Depp is Luther Harkin. Dude, all right, no. Luther Harkin, bro, has to be played by Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage is like the insanity. He looks like Luther Harkin. It has to be Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage is Luther Harkin in real life, dude. No, Danny DeVito is Grom the Paunch, I think. Although, he might be better as Throt the Unclean, Carrot Shell. Yeah, we might have to find someone new for Grom. I agree with you. Yeah. As Wulfric? No, Wulfric is played by Travis Fimmel from Vikings. That dude, he is Wulfric. He is Wulfric, you know? The Rock is Archeon. Holy shit, that'd be so haggard. All right, guys. We're back in business. As much as I want to sit here and talk about casting decisions, it is really fun. We're going to take a look at the Vikings army. Okay, I'm really surprised here, actually. Holy shit, Viking did not bring any solar engines. Wow, this is going to be interesting. I think that might be to his detriment, but we'll see. I mean, he's certainly a very solid player. So, Chameleon Skinks, it's going to be 4 of them. That's very meta. Saurus Spears are very, very meta as well. And he's got, instead of 2 solar engines, he's got 4 Colden Riders with Lizard Moses, with Manticore Summon, and Amber Spear. This is a very, very interesting build. And for Xiphos, he's got Eternal Guard in the front. He's got Durthu. Oh, dude. Treebeard is here. Treebeard is up in this hoe. So, really excited to see him go fisticuffs. Granted, there's a ton of spears in Little Poke. It's going to be annoying for him. We got Dryads in the secondary with Starfire Shafts into the Sunset. We have the Great Stag Knights. So it looks like it's going to be double Great Stag Knights. So Ice Power Total War. You're going to get a chance to see your Stag Knights in action in this matchup. And we got Bladesingers as well. I don't personally use Stag Knights, but in this matchup, but considering there's no solar engines, they could actually be pretty good against the Cold Wind Riders. We'll see. We will see. Go look, have fun. And see what Xiphos can do. I know, it's so fun to talk about that. Guy Fieri is a halfling lord. Oh, Guy Fieri would be like a great halfling character. Jonah Hill is Grom the Punch. Oh my god. Yeah, Nick Cage. I think Nick Cage as Luther Harkin is like one of my favorite castings though. Like his insanity is just so perfect. Oh my god. So the battle is underway. The Wood Elves are advancing on. The Lizards taking up a posture on this side of the battlefield, rotating over towards their cavalry force. And now the Wood Elf archers are going to be shooting into the skinks, which isn't necessarily a terrible idea. I mean, they do have missile resist, but you got to kill them somehow, right? Starfire Shaft still singing in there. Chameleon skinks do have missile resist, so it's not like magic or fire damage does anything special against them. But a little bit of polishing going down as those chameleons do get poked. And the Wood Elves are taking the initiative here, moving forward. Xiphos does have his great Stag Knights in the back here. Yeah, it's got to be Vin Diesel playing Durthu, for sure. Yeah, he's quite practiced in playing a tree. Although he would have to have more lines as Durthu, which might be a little bit tricky for him there. A nice Amber Spear coming in from the Viking. He does use Tehenwin Lizard Moses to try and poke the Glade Guard with these Starfire Shafts. It's not like that bad, but it does kill 13 models, which isn't insignificant. And the Lizards now going to be moving up with their Saurus Spears. I'm really surprised to not see Solar Engines. They're just so goddamn good against Lizards. Or excuse me, against Wood Elves. Yeah. Anyways, we'll see. I'm really curious to see how this build does. The Saurus Spears will be advancing in. Saurus Spears will be massacred very badly by Bladesingers. Bladesingers, of course, have really, really good combat prowess against these type of infantry. Will easily cut through the armor. And now the frontline fighting is underway as the Eternal Guard are pulling back. What Xiphos here is trying to do is pull them into the Bladesingers in the back. Durthu, of course, will be holding down the frontline engagement, and here comes the Bladesingers, piling through a very cool kind of rank switch there. But the Saurus Spears are going to get massacred. This is going to be like, look what they did to my boy. It's going to be super one-sided here. Bladesingers have already killed 13 Saurus and have taken no casualties. Very, very good play there by Xiphos, for sure. Now, this is the chance for the Viking to try and get back in this game. Not back in the game, but obviously it's still a very close battle. So far, it's very early on, but you know, to get an engagement back. Currently, I would say Xiphos got a really good engagement on the far side, instantly killed something, but this is also quite good. The Glade Guard with the Starfire Shafts are being slightly compromised, but the Great Stag Knights charge in, and the Great Stag Knights have excellent AP. And you can see these giant Rudolph Knights are able to really, really crump these Coldland Spear Riders. Yeah, just absolutely brutal. Coldland Spear Riders one-on-one might do some big damage to them, but since they're kind of like engaged with spears and a little bit busy, it seems like they're having trouble getting the good engagements. Nice play here by Viking, shutting down the archers once again. However, Xiphos is very, very quick with his response, using the Great Stag Knights to pull back and across and then countercharge into the Coldland Spear Riders again, hence liberating his archers and getting those guys to safety. Lizard Moses in the back looks like he's dropping some, not Flock of Dooms, no, that's actually Sword of Daith going down, but I would imagine Manticore Summons are going to be on the menu here relatively soon. I would say Xiphos is in a relatively commanding position. The lack of Solar Engine is really, really hurting here. Double Solar Engine would be able to blast Stag Knights, blast Archers, and then you just have to defend with your spears and force the Wood Elves to come to you. In this case, it seems like the Coldland Knights are just being manhandled here by the Stag Knights, and a lot of it is because of the mobility. Coldland Spear Riders have 66 speed, Stag Knights have 90 speed, so they can really dictate the engagements, and also, of course, having Optimus Pine here himself, Durthu, is going to be a big player here in this fight. There's going to be terror routes, there's a huge powerful monster kind of going fisticuffs here. And there are some cav at the back coming in from the Viking. These are just basic Coldland Riders. I don't think are they all Coldland Riders? No, there's some Spear Riders mixed in as well. So, okay, it's a little bit of a hybrid force. But man, oh man, you know who's probably gotten the most value this game has got to be the Bladesingers. Bladesingers have just been going crazy. Here they're on top of another unit. They have 88 kills against Saurus, mind you. Saurus are a pretty expensive unit, so that's got to be Value City. Stag Knight's doing really well, though, and this is the reason why I don't think you want to rush the Wood Elves in this matchup so much, because the Stag Knights will just dominate those engagements with their speed. I think the range play is really, really the way to go here. Yeah, we'll see. You guys want to cast Legend of Total War as Queek? I've heard he can do a very good Skaven impression. I can't remember who told me that, but somebody mentioned it, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's pretty awesome. Awesome stuff for sure. Sigvald. Oh, yeah, Sigvald. Sigvald casting is interesting as well. There's a lot of actors for that. But it looks like the Wood Elves are in a very commanding position. The Manticore Summon is going to be disappearing soon. Both Stag Knights are very, very healthy. And Tehenwin is going to be running back now, and he's not going to be able to do much. There's just way too many Wood Elves here on the battlefield. And, yeah, no GGs yet. Just good luck, have funs. The Viking, ever the tenacious foe, is going to be sending in Lizard Moses to go after that Spellsinger of Life. Maybe? I don't think he can really afford to, though, honestly. There's too many Angry Stagnites on the ground with their 90 speed. 95 speed, or is it 90? Yeah, they're 90 speed. So if Lizard Moses lands, he's just going to get crumped. And it looks like he does decide to land. I think Viking knows at this point the game is over. And Xiphos' Stagnites should be able to get a proper surround and butter that sweet, sweet bread. GG, well played. Yeah, there's a build that Falcon uses that I've seen it beat most Wood Elf builds. It's very, very tough to beat. But yeah, nonetheless, Xiphos' Stagnites were able to perform exceptionally well against the style of build that Viking brought. The Golden Riders just weren't up to the task of fighting that fight. But Keanu Reeves, man, we got options there for sure. All right, guys, and there you have it. Awesome game indeed. Getting to see the great Stagnites used to their maximum potential. And if we take a look here, the great Stagnites got value 1,200 and 1,750. Zerthu got 1,100, and the Bladesingers got 1,100 as well. Really, really the big winners here on this roster. And for the Viking, the Cav just didn't pay for themselves. Like, pretty much all the Golden Riders just got dumped on. 140, 221, 3, and 636. Like, I think Vikings build would have been perfect if you cut all 4 of these and then just get 2 solar engines. Then suddenly you have, like, a really scary build against that. Yeah, GG, well played. A cool attempt, though. A very, very different build, you know, than, I suppose, a very meta Lizard build. All right, so next up. Yeah, Brian Bless just has to play Gotrek. Although you'd have to do some CGI for him because he's quite an older gentleman here. Gabo Slayer, you're up. All right. Let's get the Gabo Slayer in here. All right, Gabo Slayer's hyped. He's ready to go. Xiphos, our current king of the hill. We can do Gorgazon. I don't remember what this map looks like. Let's try it. Steve Buscemi for Gorse. Yeah, Steve Buscemi just plays like the ridiculous character. Hey, how's it going, Sotek? Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well. You want to have Sylvester Stallone play Krokar? Oh my god. Just because of the name? You know, Coster Valdo might be actually very good as Sigvald instead of Tyrion. That's actually a really good point. Gollum actor is Skrull. Yeah, no, you'd have to have Andy Serkis play like all the Skaven characters and that sort of stuff. All right, let's see what Xiphos picks. Xiphos picks all the elves again. So his picks are triple elf. Oh my god, it's so awesome. I'll be right back, guys. Gonna be back in a couple minutes. Just gonna get some water and a quick something. Hang on a sec. All right. Look at me. I'm so on top of this technology. Check that out. Well, for anyone joining, I'll be right back in 2 minutes. Just gonna get some water. I have to also put the Wookiee outside because he's barking. And I'll be back in just a second. Cheers. All right, guys, I'm back. Let's see here. Where is that? How did I get rid of this? Oh, it said BRB or something. One sec, guys. I'll find it in just a moment. Literally can't figure out how to get rid of this be right back thing. God, I'm such a primitive creature as it pertains to technology. Well, I guess, you know, we can just do it the old-fashioned way, just like move it off the screen so you guys can't see it. That'll do. That'll do. All right. So it looks like the matchup is going to be Gabo Slayer on Bretonnia facing off against Xiphos' Wood Elves. This should be interesting. Gabo Slayer is certainly a very solid tournament player, so very eager to see what schemes he has here. This conversation makes me think Turin should do some live podcasting. I'd love to. I do have a podcast on my channel, but it's very, it's not like an official, you know, full-time type podcast. Yeah. I'd be down though for sure to make like a second channel where we just shoot the shit. Hey baby, yakshimash.
Mission complete.
Dobrze.
Those bosses give me such a workout that now I can probably lift you.
And Poochie.
And Poochie on top of me.
Dobrze. Lady Turin gives her regards. You just brush it under the rug. I know, I couldn't figure it out. I'm such a caveman with technology. It's so funny whenever I see like a new social media or something now, I always get like stressed. I'm like, oh god, like I don't even want to approach this. Arnold Schwarzenegger as Karl Franz would be pretty awesome for sure. All right, 2 minutes. Give me a little bit of warning here to keep the pace going. We're getting through this quite well. We are indeed. I know it's the big thinking. I could have sworn I added it here somewhere. Okay, that's something else. I'm going to take a moment just to like clean up my UI here. Can't find it. Well, that's annoying. All's good. It's the big thinking. I know, Carrot Shell, it does. It does, doesn't it? Hey, that's not bad. I like that, Nick. I'm sure she would appreciate that suggestion as well. All right, looks like the bad boys are ready. It's going to be Gabo Slayer against Xiphos. Bretonnia against Wood Elves once again. I can't remember. Yeah, I think Gabo Slayer plays quite a bit of Bretonnia. I know he's actually he plays Dwarves, so if Gabo Slayer is able to win this, I'm sure you guys will get your beloved Dwarf games. TikTok happens, Turin shudders in fear. Dude, couldn't be more accurate. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's funny because in the Borat movie, so in the most recent Borat movie, I'm sure you saw it. Borat says yakshimash, which is I'm probably mangling its pronunciation, but that's Polish. So in the movie, if I'm not mistaken, Borat speaks a combination of like, I think he's speaking Hebrew mixed with like some Polish phrases, whereas the actress who plays his daughter is speaking, I think, Bulgarian or something. I'm not sure. Like, they all speak different languages, but obviously, like, most people won't know what's going on anyways. Yeah. All right, guys. And here we are. It is time. Let us mess around no longer. Will Xiphos give in and pick the Zotes? No, he will not. Despite the fact that they're probably considered to be pretty decent in this matchup, Xiphos is not going for the Zotes. Ryan G. If Treeline becomes viable this patch, how do you think they'll be used? Treekin. Yeah, you know, Treekin, I don't think people have really experimented with them enough yet. I think they could be better. They got like double weapon strength. You know, maybe if you're facing like a rush from like Beastmen or these factions that have like lightly armored rush kind of elements, maybe Treekin could be viable. Yeah, that would be my guess, Ryan. Thank you so much for your $5 donation, and hopefully that answers your question. All right. So Xiphos is going with his old-fashioned build, but oh, check this out, badass. So Xiphos has a Glade Lord on a Great Stag, which means it has better AP against Cavalry and Lords. He does also have a Glade Captain on a Great Stag, triple Way Watcher, double Great Stag Knight, and then a Spear Wall in the back. So it's like pretty much the old Xiphos play. Xiphos used to do like this exact same build, but without the Stags and without the Stag Knights. Instead, he would have Wild Riders. But this is going to be very cool to see if his old style of play still works against a very fearsome foe here. So Gabo Slayer has Peasant Mobs in the front, Spears in the back. Defenders of Flared Elite, Knights of the Realm, and more Knights of the Realm up on the high grounds. Followed by 2 Pegasus Knights, a Manticore Summoner, Gotrek, And hail to the king, baby. King Lewin is back. Coming for that king of the hill. We'll see if the Gabo Slayer can secure the crown and close this bad boy out. So there you have it. This is going to be exciting. I'm hyped for this one, I have to say. I'm hyped indeed. Pegasus Knights facing off against Stag Knights. That should be an interesting fight. I suppose it depends on the charge angles and all the circumstances there, but, you know, Pegasus Knights certainly have some teeth. Way Watchers have been nerfed also. Way Watchers went from an accuracy variable of 15 to 10, so they're much less accurate than they were before. Still, I think Way Watchers are a very powerful tool, but not quite as powerful as they were before. Still very good, though. Still very good, in my opinion. Oh, yeah, Ron Perlman. Ron Perlman, I think, has to play Orcs. Ron Perlman has, like, such... His facial structure is, like, so good for, like, Orc or, like, kind of Beast-type characters. I think you gotta do that. You know? You gotta do it. You know, Peasant Archers, yeah, it's a little bit of a different Bretonnian build. Instead, it's, like, kind of, like, push you into the corner of the map with Peasant mobs and then use Pegasus Knights. I love the Great Stags, though. It's such a cool change here for Xiphos. The Great Llama fights, I know. Just angry llamas. So far, they're shooting into Battle Pilgrims, and the Great Stag Knights may be looking to take a fight here in the front, but they don't want to be charging head into the Bretonnian Knights. Stag Knights still have to be careful and make sure to get the good engagements. As a matter of fact, if you charge Great Stag Knights head on into Reiksguard Knights or Knights of the Blazing Sun, they can lose that fight, even though they cost 400 gold more. So you still have to be careful with Great Stag Knights. Advice for a Skaven versus Dawi gunline with Copters. Oh, with that, you just bring, like... You bring, like, 1 million Death Runners. You bring, like, 2 Jezzails, like, 2 more Poison Wind Mortars, and just cackle. Like, the Jezzails can annihilate the Gyrocopters. The Mortars will bombard them. And then Death Runners just, like, swarm their infantry, and they have, like, no chance. Yeah. Dominic, thank you so much. But that probably is one of the worst matchups for Dwarves in the entire game. Death Runners plus, you know, a couple, like, 2 or 3 Jezzails, 2 Mortars, and then just, like, cackle and prosper. Yeah. That's my 2 cents. But yeah, anyways, Way Watchers just shooting in and out, going after the Pegasus Knights. Ooh, still doing a ton of damage. However, the Pegasus Knights don't lose any models, which is very, very lucky here for Gabo Slayer. Definitely has got to pull those guys back. You have to be very careful against Xiphos' Wood Elves. They're quite terrifying for sure. You can see the defenders of Fleur de Lis are already very picked apart, but Xiphos is running out of room to work with. The Bretonnians are kind of pushing him into the corner, which is pretty much how this matchup always goes. Normally what you want to do with Bretonnia is keep all your expensive cavalry back to the best of your abilities, push them into the corner with your infantry, your chaff, and then from there you just hammer in with your cav all at once. If your engagements aren't timed properly, though, the Wood Elves will typically just pick you apart, and it looks like Xiphos is still very practiced. Even before the Wood Elf DLC, in one of the ECLs, we saw Xiphos play this matchup, basically. And yeah, there's the Pravenoth Raymond going down on Lewin. Lion Shield is active. Good response from Gabo King. That probably saves Lewin's life here, but very, very scary stuff. Revan Kism, holy shit! $100 for the lady! Damn, son, thank you so much for that very generous donation. And it's not looking so good for the lady right now, but nonetheless, they appreciate it. Thank you so much for that donation. Very, very appreciated. A very balls-deep engagement from the Hawk Riders here, which I don't know if I agree with. Bretonnia does not have the support back here, and the Pegasus Knights. And the Pegasus Knights probably just going to get crumped by a bunch of these spears, and the Way Watchers are still functional. Granted, Lewin's going in hard, and he's going in for the lady, but this is exactly what Xiphos wants. He wants the Bretonnians to overextend, to panic, to push in, and to just get basically crumped by 1 million of these Eternal Guard. Eternal Guard are exceptional at cutting through these units. Pegasus Knights did do good damage against the Great Stag Knights, and you can see Lewin in here is also causing some problems. Some of the Great Stag Knights are quite damaged. Manticore summoned to the back. But what Bretonnia needs right now is like a free cav unit to just come in and punish these Way Watchers, because they're still shooting. Dude, Revenkism, holy shit, man. Full chub donation all day. Thank you so much. And hopefully you're enjoying this FFA stream. The lady is trying, at least. She's given it her all. So some Pegasus Knights have penetrated through the spear line. The Great Stag Knights are quite damaged. And now the Pegasus Knights are descending upon the Way Watchers here, which is, you know, good. They can still shoot back, but it's a little bit of a clunky engagement. We have peasant mobs coming from the high ground. And it looks like wow, is this actually going for Bretonnia? It looks like your $100 donation has rallied the might of Bretonnia as the Way Watchers are being forced kind of to the edge of the map here. And the Bretonnian blob was able to crush the Great Stag Knights. Perhaps Xiphos being punished for not taking Zotes, a little bit hard to tell. The Knights of the Lionhearted are still functional. Knights of the Realm are still in good shape. Lewin is actually not healthy, but, you know, he's still here and has enough of a presence to be disruptive. And yeah, it looks like the Pegasus Knights really causing some huge problems. The problem, too, is if these Way Watchers do get terror routed here, they're going to run right off the edge of the battlefield. And the Knights of the Lionhearted pour through the ranks. The Wood Elf archers are being pounded, and those Way Watchers are going to be escorted right off the edge of the battlefield. A brutal, brutal loss for Xiphos, as the men of the West here, the Bretonnians, are actually claiming victory. The Glade Lord in big trouble. That blob fight, I thought that was going to be a disaster, but I was proven completely wrong. I guess just the sheer brute force of this Bretonnian army was enough. Lewin in a little bit of trouble being attacked by 2 Stag Knights, but the Lion Shield is active, and I believe one of them does the magic damage, with their ranged attacks at least. And Lewin is winning that combat, and the defenders of Fleur de Lis have come back here, and now the Wood Elves have been pushed to the edge of the map. Gabo Slayer is going to be claiming victory from the jaws of what looked to be an imminent defeat. Yeah, the Great Stag Knights in combat got crushed by the Bretonnian cavalry. 378 and 316 respectively. Dude, Revan Kism, he saved them, dude. He saved the Bretonnians. Holy shit, that was a fight, man. I really thought Gabo Slayer was going to lose that blob fight. I really did, but I guess the Bretonnian armor just outmuscled them, man. Yeah, look at that. 378. Way Watchers did good, of course. 1200, 1800, and 1300 respectively. But the Stag Knights just got dominated by the Bretonnian Knights of the Realm and Pegasus Knights, it looks like. Yeah, 1,000 gold on these Pegasus Knights, despite the fact that they basically suicide dove in. Gotrek was there too, something to consider. Wow. I was not expecting that. That was a game. Revan, thank you for your donation again, man. One last time. Really appreciate that. So Xiphos is the current king of the hill with 3 wins. And Gabo has the chance to steal the crown. He still has to win a couple more games, though. Yeah, the Great Stag Knights did not perform. Had those been Zotes, maybe, they would have won. But yeah, not the Stag Knights. I don't like Stag Knights against Bretonnia too much. I feel like the Zotes are definitely the way there. All right. All right. GG, well played. So now we have Outer Region in here. Outer Region likes to play some Beastmen. And we are on the Iron Sand Desert. Map set. Yeah, 2,200 gold on the Knights of the Lionhearted. Did I miss that? We defeated the tall forest-dwelling goblins. I love that. Oh, man. Xiphos, well played, man. You had an excellent run. 3 wins is not bad at all. And yeah, I know you hate Zotes, but maybe you got to incorporate them into that build. Revan Kism, you did do it for the lady, dude. The Bretonnians were all beleaguered and tired, and then a fat $100 donation comes in, and they saw the lady, the image of the lady floating above them, and they were fired up. So, sure. Gabo picks 3 factions and bans 1. Then opponent picks 1 and bans 1 of your 3. Then you pick. No, the Stag Knights aren't bad. Like, they're not... Like, they just don't trade cost effectively with Knights of the Realm and things like that. But, like, I see why, like, for a Xiphos Kite build, they might be better. Because Zotes are kind of slow. Yeah. Yeah, Wood Elves have improved significantly in multiplayer. Yes, they have. I also think Mel Gibson is the way to go in that matchup, too. He's just so powerful. So, Gabo Slayer is going Wood Elves, Dwarves, and Coast for his 3 factions. And now, and he gets 1 ban too. 1 ban also. And then Outer Region, yeah, and he bans High Elves. Now, Outer Region can pick any faction. He goes Empire is banning Dwarves. So Outer Region is going Empire. So we have Wood Elves versus Empire, which I feel is a pretty even matchup. And then Coast versus Empire, which I think is slightly Empire favored. But we'll see what he picks. Blade Singers are not broken at all. Blade Singers are very expensive. A glass cannon. They do their job well if they can get in and do it, but with proper focus and charging, they can die very quickly. Yeah. We need Dawi riding Zotes. Holy shit, that'd be awesome. It was Optimus Prime. Yeah, Schwer Krasm. Boris, I agree with you. Knights of the Realm do defeat Stag Knights head on and in charge, and also Knights of the Blazing Sun defeat them. Reiksguard Knights is a very close fight also. Stag Knights have the advantage of the mobility, though. That's where you win with Stag Knights. They're 90 speed, right? But if you're forced into a stagnant fight, you can't pull back and abuse their speed, you're going to lose. Yeah. Yeah, like, and that Mel Gibson is the terror of crushing Bretonnians. Like, he kills the knights, he kills their lords, he causes terror, he can bombard the peasants. I think that's the way to go. Yeah. Durthu's not bad against Bretonnia. Yeah, he's a decent pick. He's a decent pick. My build against Bretonnia is like Dryads, doubles out Orion. I forget what the rest of it is, but yeah, there's like some. I mix in some archers. I think some like basic archers just to kill their peasants. Yeah. You know, honestly though, Stag Knights like trade okay with like other elite cav. So like if you have great Stag Knights fighting Demigryph Knights, it's actually a really even trade because demis have like a slow attack rate, you know, and not as many models. Like and also like the value that demis bring with armor piercing doesn't really matter. So like great Stag Knights are just niche. They're good though. They're really good. We saw Xiphos dominate with great Stag Knights against the Lizardmen, right? We saw that. But here and there. Do Bladesingers beat all of their infantry? No, Bladesingers lose to a couple. Bladesingers lose to Chosen with Sword and Shield. I'm pretty sure. I don't know how they trade with Sisters of Slaughter. I can't remember. I think they also lose to Ironbreakers. Like Ironbreakers and Chosen beat them pretty badly. Not badly. The Chosen one is pretty close. Chosen live with like 20% HP, but Chosen do win that fight. I actually had a match against a Wood Elf player the other day where I was playing Chaos and I brought triple Chosen with Sword and Board, and he did a Bladesinger rush and like my Chosen just beat them back. It was pretty cool. Bladesingers die really quickly to like any missile play. Like any missile play or shot cavalry charges to like destroy them. Like Chameleon Skinks are like the antithesis of them. Yeah, I wouldn't bring Stag Knights against Empire or Bretonnia. Zotes are better in those situations. Bladesingers aren't like... Bladesingers are very niche. I wouldn't say they're bad park map. I agree with you, they're bad in many matchups, but Bladesingers are a specialist unit. Like, you only bring them in a couple unique circumstances. Maybe of, like, all 15 matchups, maybe, like, 3 or 4, they're, like, pretty consistent. Maybe 2 or 3. I don't know. Somewhere in that department. All right. So, guys, we have Vampire Coast against Empire. It's going to be Gabo Slayer. Vampire Coast, of course, the recipient of many nerfs recently. Still a very top-tier faction, in my opinion. So he's got deck droppers into the sunset. Looks like 4 in total. A combination of bombers and handguns. Handguns against cav, bombers against infantry. You get the picture. Front line is going to be deckhand mobs, double handgunner. Oh, Queen Bessie. That should be Queen Bessie right there. Oh, yeah. Give it to us. Gunnery White, Count Noctilus, and triple Carronade. Holy shit, that is a lot of cannons. Well, this should be interesting. That is a lot of firepower. Noctilus, Queen Bess, triple cannon, Gunnery White. Holy shit, that is a lot of fire. Yeah. And now, guys, we take a look at the Sons of Sigmar. Very, very standard here. It's going to be a Huntsman core. So there's going to be 4 Huntsmen. Huntsmen are excellent. They kill pretty much all the monsters pretty effectively, and they can outrange the handguns. I love Huntsmen in this matchup. On the flank, we do have a Free Company Militia. Backline of spears. Volkmar the Grim is always welcome. He's really good at just absorbing punishment and rolling forward and doing some good old AoE. Light Wizard as well, rocking Nets of Amitok, a Fire Wizard with Burning Head and Fireball. And there are a couple Empire Knights in the back just to chase down Scurvy Dogs and more Empire Knights over here. Scurvy Dog play is very common in this matchup, but Gabo Slayer is going all in on this defensive formation, man. Holy shit, that is a lot. The thick Bess is here. The thickest girl in Warhammer Fantasy. Do you think Azrai with spears and missile resist dance being toggle would be good? No, I don't know. Yeah, could be interesting. You want to see Bloaty Boys climb into Bessie, like a bloated corpse get launched? Yeah, that would be pretty magical for sure. But that would be OP. Like if a bloated corpse like made square contact, it just like one-shots it, right? So bloated corpse Queen Bess would be like, maybe there needs to be an ROR of Queen Bess on top of Queen Bess, right? Balls deep for Sigmar? Hell yeah, Michael Creed, all day. I mean, I actually really liked playing Vampire Coast when they first came out. They're a really cool faction, really unique, you know. Cool units, cool characters. But the Sons of Sigmar is my tabletop army, so I can't... I made some progress painting my tabletop Empire army, but I think I'm going to have one of my friends commission it, because with my hand problems, it's like, it's such a project to take on. So I'll probably have him commission it in Altdorf colors. You know, but I don't want to progress until I see if it's going to be usable in the old world coming back. My favorite faction, in competitive... my best competitive factions right now are probably like Empire Dwarves. I'm pretty good at Wood Elves right now, actually, because I've been playing them a shitload. Aside from that, I'm pretty decent at Chaos. Chaos is another one I'm okay at. Vampire Coast is alright, but I don't feel that great with any of the undead factions, to be honest. Oh my god, Queen Bess just going ham on those Free Company militia. Holy shit. Gabo Slayer is not messing around with his firepower. Like, triple cannon? Oh my god, that's going to be decimating a lot of these knights. Huntsmen are in a loose formation, though. Oh my god, here comes another Bessie shot. Oh god! Oh, right in the center mass. Oh my god. Look at that shit. Oh, half HP. Now, Vampire Coast coming forward with its bombers. Got to be careful, though. Huntsmen are exceptional against bomber units, but really, I think he's just using them as a bit of a distraction. The Empire Knights on the flank are being shot by the Great Cannons, and now the Great Cannons, are they going to switch onto Volkmar? Yes, it looks like at least one of the Great Cannons is shooting at Volkmar here. Up in the sky, Invocation of Nehek going down on those bombers, and the bombers are going to be forced to fall back as Queen Bessie drops a hot payload here onto these Huntsmen, and you can see those Huntsmen only losing 10 models, but a lot of HP lost in that situation. Now, some of the zombie project and mobs have been sent forward. Handguns here are going to be taking the brunt of the initial engagement. I'm not really sure where the Vampire Coast front line went. I guess it engaged. Yeah, I feel like the Empire is going to win the front line, and then their Huntsmen are just going to close the distance and just nuke all this stuff back here. I suppose it also depends on the Empire Knights. We'll see. Because the Empire Knights could very, very easily charge into the Carronades and these backline assets right now and really, really cause quite a few problems. So Empire's coming in. Here comes the heavy cavalry. So far, so good. The handguns on the flank being used very effectively to shut down those Empire Knights. I really like that play for sure. Volkmar the Grim needs to get into the back line. Volkmar, just ignore these handguns, let your state troops deal with that. Volkmar could be back here, potentially killing Carronades and killing Queen Bess. Nice little burning head going down right there. Might tickle the pickle and keep going. Yeah, those deckhand mobs in the back actually do get killed by that burning head. Empire Knights don't have a ton of stopping value. Their combat stats are relatively low, and they're not really able to kill those handguns outright, which is a little bit painful for them. Though a lot of the Huntsmen are coming back. We have two functional Huntsmen right here shooting. It looks like they're going after the chaff, though. Volkmar the Grim kind of wasting his time with the zombie summon here. He really needs to be back here. He could easily kill these cannons. Just move on top of one, Soulfire Bombardment, it's dead. But now some state troops are coming back here, and we will see how this goes. Gabo Slayer definitely playing well. This is a tough matchup for KOTH, in my opinion. Not like massively favored, but I would say a 55-45 in the favor of Empire. But it depends on the player. If you're someone who's like a KOTH specialist, you can still perform very, very well in this matchup. Empire Knights preparing to push in. Now the cannon is in trouble. Queen Bessie definitely should be a high priority. She's been able to do massive damage against all of these freaking Huntsmen and missile pieces in the back. The Empire is getting a bit of a second wind, pushing in now. These handguns here are crumbling, but yeah, Volkmar needs to keep rolling dirty. You can see even his mere presence leads to the crumbling, and now Queen Bess is going to be getting attacked. And there's not really anything in this Vampire Coast army that will be super efficient at killing Volkmar. That's probably my one concern, honestly. Like, even if the Vampire Coast kills most of the Empire army, Volkmar is still going to be an unholy pain. Some handgunners could be useful. I guess the deck dropper handguns aren't bad against Volkmar, and Volkmar needs to get behind Queen Bess, though. He's kind of stuck on the front of it, so he needs to move around the side and attack the crew in the back. Yeah, dropping a Soulfire Bombardment right here, but he moved, unfortunately, kind of a little bit off kilter. It might hit some of them, but yeah, had he moved on top of the Queen Bess crew, he could have probably one-shotted that there, but we'll see. Have a sip of water here real quick, guys. Ah, delicious H2O. In the back, Empire does have a bunch of Free Company and also some Huntsmen, and he forgot a Free Company militia over here. So the Empire actually has assets on the battlefield they're not using, which is definitely a bit of a shame. That Free Company militia could be pressuring in and killing all these units right now. These Huntsmen could be killing these bats up in the sky. Definitely a little bit of a misplay there, but not one that is necessarily going to cost him the game outright. But holy shit, Volkmar is really, really damaged right now. But, you know, he's still going strong. His Gunnery White, probably with his long rifle, I would imagine, is just shooting at Volkmar. And the Queen Bess in the back is currently salvaged, though. Some Empire Knights are trying to get back here. Volkmar the Grim pushing through. I think all three Carronades are gone. Yes, it looks like it. The only thing that's left is Queen Bess. The Empire Huntsmen need to advance up and, of course, start taking out the deck dropper handguns. Those are the ones that can actually kill Volkmar. The bombers you could just probably ignore at this point, to be honest. Bessie's getting real ham here. Volkmar is kind of low, though. He's at 800 or so. Looks like a banishment's going to be going down on the summoned gunnery mob, I believe. Yeah, again, using that on Bess here would have probably just killed him outright. I think Bessie needs to pay the troll toll. Volkmar is at about 700 HP. The Shield of Faith definitely doing some great work, and now it looks like he's going to be rushing in to intercept. And has Outer Region noticed his Free Company? Yes, he has. So now his Free Company and his Huntsmen are coming back, it looks like. Banishment was able to do some decent work there, but Volkmar, the Volkswagen, still going strong, man. 474. The handgun mob should be disappearing here, not actually as soon as you would think. Yeah, Sigmar Sun's pushing in, causing some big problems. I suppose running with Volkmar here isn't a bad idea. Queen Bess will probably just die to these Spearmen and these State Troopers. We'll see. Unless Count Noctilus has something to say about it. Volkmar better start juking, man. He's got 422. Noctilus has a really hard shot with his cannons, too. And Volkmar, is he getting focused? It's hard to tell. Nice juking going on here by Outer Region, kind of pulling back and forth. The Empire is enduring, and they have a lot of stuff. And you guys can notice, now that Bessie and all these other pieces are compromised, the Empire might be able to pull this one out. If Volkmar survives, oh man, that's just going to be just icing on the cake here, especially considering he could probably heal up to like 1,000 HP. Huntsman dropping some shots. Vampire Coast kiting back to the best of its ability, trying to get some separation here. And here, the Gunnery White is surrounded by the Bright Wizard, who's getting some nice shots, and also some State Troopers are in there fighting. Wraithstorm going down on Volkmar. Down to 490 HP. It looks like all those shots missed. Queen Bess is down for the count. Balance of Power is more or less dead even. This is a really razor-thin game. Ironically, those Free Company Militia coming back are going to be real raid bosses for sure. Yeah, Queen Bessie must have done really well. I don't know if we'll check Queen Bessie's damage after the game. It's so funny. There's a couple Sigmar Sons on the ground, too, attacking Count Noctilus on the feet. Bright Wizard Fireball coming in. Pounds into Count Noctilus, doing about 5 or 10% HP damage. And it looks like the Outer Region is kind of posturing. The Empire is pulling ahead here in this game. A very solid scrap on both sides. It's still anyone's game, though. I mean, Noctilus is pretty powerful. However, Noctilus is not great at crowd clearing, once his ammunition's gone, of course. But the Gunnery White looks like he's kept Noctilus pretty healthy in the ammunition department. A little bit hard to say here. Volkmar the Grim is back up to 600 HP, man. The Volkswagen swerving in circles, yeah. It's got some power steering in that bad boy. Vampire Coast looks like it's in a little bit of trouble. There's still a shit ton of ammo, too. Like Free Company Militia ammo, Huntsman ammo. That's going to be a lot of stopping power. Yeah, another Fireball right in the face of Count Noctilus. Definitely doing some work. Look at this. We have a full, fresh unit of Free Company Militia coming. That's great. Like, that's for the Empire, that is. That's full ammo. That's all those volleys going into the face of Count Noctilus, who is saving summons for the fourth quarter very wisely, but looks like he did summon a Gunnery Mob, which I don't know how effective that's going to be with the Empire kind of closing in. Honestly, at this point, I think you can pull in Volkmar. He's got 900 HP. Just come in and try and kill this Gunnery White. And the Huntsmen, are they shooting at the big boy? Yes, they are going after Count Noctilus. Definitely getting some damage in. He's at about 2,500 HP. It looks like there's going to be a Burning Head coming down here. I don't know if the Burning Head was worth it, per se, because that was a summon. Although, yeah, I guess it kind of drifts over this direction. Oh, no, it didn't quite get into those handguns. The Fellbats are being forced back. Volkmar the Grim, the Grand Theogenist, coming in balls deep, baby. Going to be trying to run down that Gunnery White. And we'll see what kind of value he can get here. Yeah, that Gunnery White's in a little bit of trouble, but here comes Volkmar the Grim. Bounce of power going massively into the favor of the Sigmarites at this point. There's just too much ammo left. Free Company Militia having ammo here, too, is quite solid. You can see they're going to be advancing and shooting. Free Company do move and shoot. It's actually really cool. They, like, charge with their pistols. Yeah, you can see ripping some fat shots into those handguns. And Count Noctilus truffling towards the edge of the map here. Still ample room, though, to pull back if he wants to. Volkmar the Grim blasting Sabaton from the speakers on his Grand Chariot here as he advances to do battle here with Count Noctilus. So heavy metal. Look at this guy, man. Some, like, weird chariot against some giant undead monstrosity. Here they come. Volkmar the Grim pushing in. He does do fire damage, which is pertinent here. And I think it is, actually. No, he doesn't have Hunger on that beast. I can't quite remember. And that is going to be a victory for the Empire. Holy shit, that was a scrappy-ass game. Look how beat that army is. Well played to both players. Well played. And heavy is the head that wears the crown. Outer Region is going to be taken over here. And GG, well played. That was a great game. Oh, I forgot to check the value. Damn it. Okay. It's okay. I was just so focused on updating the graphics. Curse the Baggins. I'm sorry, guys, but yeah. You know Volkmar did well. You know the Huntsman did well. I guess there wasn't that much to really surmise there. Outer Region. Curse the Baggins. Maybe Outer Region will treat us to some Beastmen. Yeah. All right, so next up we have the Sadistic Coconut. Oh, that's terrifying. Yeah. Yes, Outer Region realizing now he forgot that Free Company the entire game. All right. So let's get the Sadistic Coconut. Perfect. You want best damage? Let me see if they saw how much damage best did. Hey, Gabo. How much damage did Best do? Let's see how much damage Best did. We'll find out right now. He probably looked. I would imagine. Okay, Queen Best did. Hey, crisis averted, guys. Queen Best did 1,600. 1,600 damage on Bessie. Alright, so outer region. Thank you, Gabo Slayer, for the valiant performance. We will do, oh my god, MP Crossroads. That's a name I haven't heard in quite some time. We'll do Oakenhammer, the classic. Yeah, Queen Bessie did 1,600 gold value. That's what it was said. I mean, so more or less probably killed, like, you know. Has there been any Dawi fights? Not yet. Not yet. Best just barely got its value back. Yeah. Best is an expensive piece. I don't know if halberds will see tourney play. They're very niche themselves, so I don't know. Hard to say. We have a donation coming in from Dominic. Thank you so much, Dominic, for your donation of the $2. Says watching since March. Good to see the channel grew. Yeah, we're going, Dominic. We're going places, man. Thank you for hanging out in this glorious journey to Warhammer multiplayer. Oh, okay. Okay, Outer Region's going Beastmen. Oh, hell yeah. This is going to be good. I played the Tomb Kings vs. Wood Elves and had the same build as Zyphus, except I had Blade Singers instead of Way Watchers. Yeah, very cool. It actually, as a matter of fact, if you're wanting to learn how to play the Wood Elf versus Tomb King matchup, that was the replay on my channel today. It was my Wood Elves against Tomb Kings. And I think the build is really good, the one I brought. It uses Great Stag Knights, actually. Great Stag Knights, I think, are great against Tomb Kings. Really good at killing Great Bows and like monsters and things like that. Vasily, I might play Bannerlord again. Yeah. All right. So, how do you guys feel about being let in on a glorious stream I'm planning? I think this is going to be the most fun content we've had on the channel in quite some time. So hear this. Let me first make sure they don't have any questions. All right. Anyways, I'm going to be doing an FFA stream. It's going to be me and 3 other players on an FFA stream. It's going to be 4 games in total, 4 FFA games. It is a competition. Now, the 3 players who lose in each FFA game have to eat 2 hot dogs on camera. So after every single FFA game, we go to a webcam, a group chat with all of our faces, the players who are playing, and each of those people who didn't win the FFA game, so 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place, have to eat 2 hot dogs. So there's a chance. For the first 2 losses, you have to eat 2, and then for the last ones, it's 1. So in total, if you lose all the FFA games, you have to eat 6 hot dogs. That's a stream I'm going to be doing sometime in the next month. I don't know when, but I am planning it. And this came to me in a fever dream, and I was so excited about the concept. Yeah. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that idea. I'm very hyped for it. So I've talked Italian Spartacus into joining me as well. So that'll be going down. I don't know when. Maybe it'll be like a Christmas special or something. Yeah. Yeah, 2 hot dogs with a bun and condiments of your choosing. So you can bring no condiments. For me, I'm just going to do ketchup. Because ketchup like makes me like enjoy it more. You would lose on purpose? America. I can power 6 is hard for sure, but I don't want to do like so many hot dogs that people actually get sick. Because like I was thinking about doing 2 for every game, so it'd be 2 potentially up to 8 hot dogs, but that's like you could actually get sick with that and suffer. 6 is like you'll be uncomfortable, but I think you can push through it. Yeah. I know I could make it more punishing. I'll talk to the players, like, but you know, 6 is a lot. Do you guys think it needs to be more? Like 6 is a lot of hot dogs, dude. I know I can eat 6 hot dogs because I've done it, but yeah. So okay, an idea for the FFA tournament: give players points hot dog eating contest podcast episode. Yeah, I like just like the cheap ketchup hot dogs. 4 is your max. You see, that's what I'm thinking. Like most people, I think will get through like 3 or 4 and be okay. But like 6 is going to be suffering for most people. I'm pretty sure Italian Spartacus could definitely eat 6 hot dogs. 6 is a lot. I think 6 is good. Like I thought about going up to 8. Like 2 for each game you lose. 6 is pushing it, yeah. Okay, thank you guys. I thought 6 was a lot. Like a comfortable amount of hot dogs for me to eat is like 2.5. But like 6 is like, I'm going to be like, you know, it's not pleasant. So like people are literally going to be fighting to not have to eat hot dogs. It's going to be dwarves versus lizards here. I think 4 is like, yeah, that's a max. Yeah. And if people like the format, we can if people enjoy the stream, we can go a little bit crazier with it on the future one. You know what? I thought like maybe once a month we could do some like haggard eating challenge on the stream like that. I think the other one we could do for FFA would be for us to order that Scandinavian fish. Oh, I think it's Swedish. It's like called Surmstrong. Like what is... I'm sure there's some Swedish folks here in chat, some Scandinavians who maybe know this, but what is that really stinky fish that like is often used in eating challenges? We could do like, you have to eat a portion of that every time you like lose, you know? Because then it's not like a mass thing, it's just like a taste thing. And most Americans are not going to be prepared to eat that. Like we will not be prepared. Look, I don't mind. Oh yeah, with the hot dogs, I definitely want to win because I only want to eat like 2. Like I'm going to try and win every game because eating 6, I will suffer, you know? Yeah. Goodress. Oh, man. Yeah, you see, back when I used to play high school football in college track and field, dude, I could down 6 hot dogs like no problem because I was fit, I was strong, my metabolism was going, but now, like, it's not, yeah. Yeah. Why not? You guys don't want to see the... Yeah, all the Swedes are shouting the name of the fish. Holy shit. Do not open it indoors. Wow, that's a lot of Vikings. I know the Vikings are appearing in chat. It's Icelandic? I always thought it was a Swedish thing. Is it Icelandic? Peter Nilsson's like, don't do it. Dude, wouldn't that be funny, though? I'm willing to suffer on stream for you guys. It's from Iceland? Is that what you guys are saying? Okay. Lutefisk? Okay. Don't do surströmming. It's no joke. Dude, but that's the whole idea is like... Maybe, I don't know. That would be really funny. If you're going to do Lutefisk, would be better since you have a chance of not immediately throwing up compared to the other one. Okay. Oh my god. Imagine seeing people's faces though as they have to smell and eat that. All right. Well, guys, now you've been let in on a little fun secret. That's going to be happening in the next couple weeks, the hot dog challenge, but okay, so it looks like there's like all across Scandinavia, it seems that there's different variants of this. Lutefisk is Norwegian, some is Swedish. Okay, so there's just different variants. Oh my god. You know, yeah. We could even just do like a 4-man tournament where, like a regular 4-man flash tournament where the losers have to eat the fish on camera. Yeah, that would actually be a good format too. So they're like, it'll force extra try-hard play. Oh my god, that's so funny. Well, thank you guys for all your feedback on that. I really do appreciate that. And now let's take a look at the builds here. Whoa, what the hell is this? Am I seeing salamanders against dwarves? Perhaps there's something I'm not keen to, but nonetheless, for the Darwin outer region, he's got Grombrindle, Gotrek, and Felix. Front line of dwarf warriors with some miners supporting with blasting charges. Double Thunderer, dwarf warriors, more slayers in the back, and it looks like some longbeards on the flanks. Certainly a very, very nice dwarf army there. Now for the forces here of the lizards. They have double solar engine, double salamander hunting pack, cohort of Sotek, Where's our lord? Oh, and Nakai! Oh my god, he didn't bring a caster! Badass. Well, Sadistic Coconut, you are a hero of the people already. If you are watching this back, you should always bring a caster, even against a Dowie. But nonetheless, I appreciate your swagger and style, my friend. And honestly, your solar engines are doing some really good damage so far. Hunting packs are shooting in and dropping some fat shots here into the Dwarven battle lines. Granted, they do lack armor piercing. The Razordons would probably be a little bit better for this. Well, I have my own place. I mean, obviously, it's my wife and I. I think she's tried it before, Lady Turin. Lady Turin actually speaks Swedish. She studied it in college, and she loves Scandinavian culture, so I'm sure she could be my guide in that quest. So here comes the Kroxigors. The Kroxigors are going to be piling in. The red-crested skinks also supporting as well. Salamander hunting packs are honestly doing some okay damage, I suppose. The solar engines continuing to blast away. Just have to make sure they don't suffer from obstruction, which is certainly a big problem here. And now Nakai has gotten fisticuffs here. He's a little bit overextended. Gotrek, Felix, and, of course, the White Dwarf are nearby. But the Primal Roar is active. And here you can see Nakai in the trees just absolutely slapping up some of these Dowie. Look at this guy, man. Oh, yeah. Nakai has one of my favorite attack animations in the game. He just, like, literally sucker punches someone with his fist instead of using that giant weapon he has, which is hilarious. Anyways, the Lizard Army is getting in there. It's grinding. Kroxigor is getting into the secondary line. Salamander hunting packs aren't being challenged at all, really. Probably the best usage of the Salamanders here would be to have them shoot the Slayers. They do much better against light armor, so I think going after the Slayers would be good. Look at this! Felix actually being clubbed on by Nakai! Nakai able to take Felix straight to the club, man. The candy shop, baby. And, yeah, Felix is actually down for the count. Granted, Nakai is now taking some big damage from Grombrindle and Gotrek, but they are very heavily surrounded by Lizardmen. Honestly, despite the build here, it looks like the Sadistic Coconut is doing some pretty substantial damage. Thunders are in good shape. Salamanders are a little bit low in ammo. Solar Engine definitely doesn't want to move closer because the Lizards may eventually lose this front line, and at that point the Dwarves are going to push back. So I think maybe keeping the Solar Engines a little bit more offset and kind of relegating to kite mode would be better here for sure. So Nakai is really just going balls deep, man. He crushed Felix. Now he's beating the brakes off Gotrek here. Look at this shit. Nakai is going Super Saiyan. See his value so far. Come on, Nakai, give it to us. Oh, can't quite click on him here. It's a little bit hard when he's in the pits. Yeah, Nakai has already gotten 1,400, man. Felcon, this is probably what Felcon's dreaming about right now as he sleeps. Nakai the Wanderer, though, is finally going to be breaking. Obviously, fighting these two heroic Dwarven characters is very taxing. Balance of power is pretty even at this point, though. I think the Dwarves will probably take over the game once they break the main battle line of the Lizards, because the Salamander hunting packs won't be terribly effective, nor will the Bastillodons. Now, had these been Razordons, maybe there would have been a little bit of magic to be had there. Nakai is broken. Flash Bomb has slowed him. He is running for the hills. A lot of firepower coming into this Dwarven army. It is very tattered for sure. And Salamander hunting packs aren't terrible in combat. You know, they have some AP. I mean, so they can push in against like miners and dwarf warriors and usually do some decent damage. Looks like the Kroxigors are being pathed back. That is a lot of explosion damage. I'm really curious about the damage value on these Salamanders. How much have they gotten so far this game? Yeah, 600 is not bad. Yeah, but again, they have really bad AP on their ranged attacks. So you're really going to end up paying the troll toll here. And now you can see the dwarves in outer region are going to be pushing forward. But big props to the Sadistic Coconut. If he had brought like a caster and had switched the Razordons or switch the Salamanders into Razordons or maybe more Kroxigors or something, I think he could have actually maybe won this game, even with Nakai and all that sort of business. The cohort of Sotek fighting the good fight. Unbreakable, obviously. It looks like there's 17 of those bad boys left. Nakai is back in business, too. But yeah, the Salamanders aren't going to be able to do too much here. Those adorable little guys. But Nakai really, really was an MVP this game for the Lizards. He did a ton of damage. Holy shit. That was really fun seeing him go fisticuffs, just punching Felix in the face and almost killing Gotrek as well, and now he's back in business too, so he's going to get a little bit more value. Currently, Nakai is up to about 1,600 gold value. Again, taking out those dwarf characters is pretty effective. Solar Engine, still shooting away. Looks like the Skink cohort might be able to beat these Longbeards. I have no idea how that's possible, but I guess they're very, very tattered at this point. And the dwarves are pulling ahead, point of no return. Yeah, I'm quite curious. There probably was some friendly fire in those hunting packs. Blasting into the front line. You know what Nakai should do? Nakai should come in and go for the killing blow on Gotrek. That would be super epic. Oh my god. And Gotrek gets the healing proc? No, it's still bugged, unfortunately, it looks like. Yeah, it's weird. It goes off sometimes, but yeah, then it just straight up doesn't work. You know what? Lizards might actually be able to do something here. If Nakai is able to kill like these characters, like Gotrek's super low. Yeah, but unfortunately Nakai gets caught by these Slayers, which is like the last place he wants to be. But if Nakai could come kill Gotrek and maybe crush Felix, no, there's still too many dwarves left, I think. Also, the gun line is just punishing any of the mass that the Lizards have. And here comes Nakai. Let's watch some of Nakai's animations as we close this game out. He has some of the best ones. Oh, there's a sweeping attack. Actually killing 3 Slayers. Holy shit, that was pretty solid. GG, well played to the Sadistic Coconut in Outer Region. A very wild build. Solar Engines did good, actually. 1100. One of them actually was obstructed for most of the battle, but Croxies did their piece. Salamanders actually did okay damage considering, but had those been Razordon shooting the whole time, it would have been like 2,000 gold value instead of that. Yeah, Coconut, well played, man, for sure. You had some good plays. Definitely, you need a caster. Against Dwarves, you know, Heavens is pretty good for Harmonic Convergence and Curse of the Midnight Wind. Manticore summons are really good against Dwarves. Cut the Salamanders for your caster. Maybe get a Razordon instead. But, you know, I love your style, man. Awesome stuff, brother. Awesome stuff. And Outer Regions build was, you know, not meta per se, but, you know, it had many of the elements that are good against Lizards. Longbeards, Slenderers, Slayers, that kind of stuff. So, all right. GG, well played. Outer Region said that build surprised me a bit. Yeah, me too. It performed a lot better. I thought it was going to be over really quick, but it actually did surprisingly well. All right. So Outer Region is up to 2. Next up on our list today, who's here? Where art thou? Poison Ducky. We got the Poison Ducky coming up. Let's see what he picks. Sorry about that, guys. Como topic. I saw you talking about the Great Stagnites, so I played a few games with them. Oh boy, I haven't had that much fun with Cav in a while. Yeah, they're really fun. Great Stagnites are awesome units. They're just, they're glass cannons. You have to be careful. But really, really fun for sure. Oh, there was a Bastiladon you forgot about? Another one? Oh, okay. I didn't notice that. No idea. So Outer Region's going to go Beastmen, Chaos, and Norska for the Dark Gods, he says. Poison Ducky will have the chance to counterpick here, and we'll get this party started, and all is good. What's up, Samurai Warrior? How you doing, man? Como topic. I'm glad you had fun with those bad boys. Yeah, Great Stagnites are really cool. They're really, really cool. I use them in a lot of matchups. I dig it, man. I dig it. It was Gary and his therapy buddy. Yeah, sounds like it. Gary is definitely the name for lizards. So Truth, we actually saw Blade Singers perform pretty well earlier. Who was it that brought them? It was Zyphos brought Blade Singers against Lizardmen, and they killed some SARS pretty effectively. Yeah. All right. So we'll see what the players pick here. Poison Ducky, I think, likes to play Vampire Counts if memory serves. Nakai actually did okay there. He wasn't bad. You know, he was taking the dwarf characters to the club pretty good. What's up, Shelton Apache? How you doing, man? There were some Blade Singers before beating up on Lizardmen, yeah. But again, I don't think they're good against Lizardmen, because what's going to happen to you is Chameleon Skinks will kill them super quick. Blade Singers, maybe against like Chaos, are pretty decent. Because they can kill Marauders really efficiently and also can kill... Oh! Are we going to get Chaos? I feel bad, but Vampire Counts. Okay, we're going to get Chaos versus Counts. Outer Region definitely on the back foot here in this matchup. But should be fun. Chaos can still win it. Hail to the Dark Prince. Maybe Sigvald is going to make a comeback here. We'll see. We will see. Siggy could be quite a bit of fun. Yep, it's going to be Dark Elves, or excuse me, Vampire Counts versus Warriors of Chaos. You know, Chaos can play like halberd boxes and use like monsters. Like, there's a couple ways they can do it. Is there an estimation of when they'll release Warhammer 3? I have no idea. Hopefully not too long, but I would imagine like maybe the end of 2021, I guess, would be my guess. Maybe like the beginning of 2022 would be my ballpark. Because they've said we've had another DLC. So that being said, what is it? We'll probably get that DLC, I don't know, March, April, or May, I would say, like sometime in that window. And then from there, like maybe there will be some sort of there's got to be something else though. Yeah. How long will the stream last? Today's stream will have, I don't know how much longer we'll have. We'll see. Ducky is going to use Vlad. Oh, for sure. Vlad versus Sigvald would be an epic duel. I'm pretty sure Vlad would win with the Karstein ring and magic. But if he doesn't use magic, he'd probably lose it. Sigvald's stats are really, really high. I found myself mixing Sigvald into like so many competitive builds that I have in my my build list. Yeah, Chaos Halberds are really good. Chaos Warrior Halberds are strong. Chosen Halberds can do some work too here. Hugo Weaving would be a pretty good Vlad. Yeah, he would. He's got that kind of stern. But I think the best Vlad actor would be Charles Dance. Charles Dance is the actor who plays Tywin Lannister. He's just got that, like, he is Vlad, I think. Yeah, if we're talking about that stuff. There are many great choices. Man, we've had some fun conversations today, guys, talking about the casting and the hot dog eating contest we're going to be having in Surmstroming, or however you guys say that. My apologies for mangling that, but that's going to be something. You know, another thing we're planning on doing on the channel, my next head-to-head campaign is going to be versus Professor Pone. So Professor Pone and I are going to be doing Dryka. I'm going to be Dryka. He's going to be Throt. We're going to do a head-to-head campaign. But after that, I was talking to King of the Dead, and we're going to do a head-to-head campaign where I play Beastman, and I think he's going to play Chaos. So we're going to do like a haggard, terrible Horde faction head-to-head to see who can survive longer, which will be pretty funny. My favorite Chaos God, probably Nurgle, because I play Nurgle in tabletop. I have a huge Death Guard army and a fair amount of Nurgle demons. I have a shit ton of Nurglings in like the tree and the Poxbringers and stuff. Yeah. If you want to see Gary Oldman as Vlad, yeah, that could work too. That could work too. You know, if it came down to a hot dog eating competition and I could replace that hot dogs with Polish kielbasa, I think I would crush anyone. Dude, I can eat so much goddamn kielbasa. If you give it to me with some bread and some layered, and oh my god. Polish kielbasa is amazing. If you guys ever go to Poland, make sure to try some. Good old Polish sausage. All right. Poison Ducky in Outer Region. It is time. Vampire counts against Warriors of Chaos. We shall see what they pick. Gary Oldman has to be Grombrindle. Well, that'd be interesting. The Pillar of Bone is the map, but neither army really cares about ranged play. I mean, Chaos might skirmish a little bit with some horsemen, but yeah. Good old-fashioned close quarters map here should be just fine. Should be just fine. Chosen are actually not immune to psychology, no. They are not. They are not indeed. Oh yeah, it's so good. Whenever I go to visit my wife's family, my wife is Polish, and we go out to we land in Warsaw, and her family lives like northeast, I think, and like in a forest outside of the city. It's like an hour away from Warsaw, and they have like a local butcher and a local baker. So we just pick up like fresh bread with like fresh kielbasa, and it's like the most glorious thing ever. I literally just like lay on their couch, like shirt off, like belly sticking out, just eating kielbasa with like breadcrumbs all over myself. It's amazing. Jack Black would actually be very good at playing some of the more animated characters like Skaven or things like that. Yeah. Death Guard, you cannot have a Great Unclean one in a Death Guard detachment unless you want to make it a mixed detachment. But what you can do is you could have a Death Guard detachment and then a Nurgle Demons detachment, and the Great Unclean one can be your Warlord. And they do have synergies together. The Great Unclean one can resurrect like Nurgle Demons, I think, with the bell it has. So there's like all kinds of combos between the two of them. Yeah. Is the backspace bug from campaign fixed? I don't know, Diego. I don't know. Sorry about that, guys. Having some bad allergies. Curse the Baggins. Curse the Baggins. All right, guys. So for the forces of the vampire counts here, we got zombies in the front. In the secondary line, it's going to be spheres and skeleton warriors. It's going to be Vlad von Karstein, a necromancer, and a corpse cart. Crypt Horrors, Mortis Engine. Not the most standard build, actually, against Chaos. Normally, you do see some sort of monsters, like a Terrorgeist or Vargulfs or things like that, but for the most part, the Mortis Engine is the thing that wins you the game. So a very, very cool build. On the far side, Black Knights and Hex Wraiths here, or Chill Guys on this side, which is quite cool. All the best from Poland. Hell yeah. Cześć, my brother. Jak się masz? I hope you're doing dobrze. To the extent of my Polish. Archon Never Chosen. On foot. Exalted Hero with the Mark of Khorne. Double Giant Halberd Box with triple Chaos Spawn. Talk dirty. This is going to be fun. Holy shit. What's great about this matchup too is I can just sit back here, look like in a static camera angle, and I'm not going to miss anything. Like the Chaos Army is not doing anything in open field. This is somewhat similar to, I guess, how I played this matchup. I think usually I do have some skirmishers like Marauder Horsemen, but yeah, this should be fine. We'll see. I mean, the problem is the Mortis Engine will kill all the infantry, so a lot of it, the game will come down to the fact, can the Giants kill the Mortis Engine? Like, keep it away from the army. If not, the Mortis Engine is just going to kill everything, and it's going to be game over, so we will see. Well, Death Guard are pretty good in 9th edition. I would say they're a mid-tier faction, but Death Guard's about to get our Codex, and that's going to change everything. I think when they get their Codex, they'll probably be pretty strong. Yeah. It's the dreaded Chaos box. I mean, this is a really hard matchup for Chaos. So playing this way is in many ways pretty necessary. So Felbats are actually landing here, which is interesting. Like that basically is giving the Warriors of Chaos some... oh my god, is that going to be a Winds of Death? Holy shit, he's distracting him. Oh, Winds of Death! Oh man, holy shit. The Poison Ducky instantly kills 2 Chaos Warriors in the front line, more or less. I mean, they're stabilizing now, but those bad boys took a beating. Although I don't know if it was worth it. Like, sacrificing 2 Felbats is like 700 gold worth of free shit you're just giving to your opponent. The Giant also marches in and intercepts the Mortis Engine, but that Winds of Death actually did some good damage. It wasn't bad at all. So now Archaon's like, right back at you, bro. Here's a Burning Head coming down the pipe, killing a lot of Skeleton Spearmen, a fair amount of zombies. Also burns through some of the chaff on the far side as well. This Giant is overextending a little bit. The Giant definitely needs to stay a little bit more defensive. It doesn't want to be moving out here and getting isolated by spears and cryptors and all sorts of units like that, so... pretty badass seeing a Winds of Death in action. Vlad doesn't have the best Winds of Magic, though. You got to be careful. Also, Vlad getting beaten on by this Giant. He needs to use that Von Karstein ring. And Archaon, never chosen with the Slayer of Kings, is hunting him as well. You can see Archie's here. Oh no, the Mortis Engine has overextended into the lines here. Archaon and this Giant might be able to even kill it here. They both hit very, very hard. There's also some spawn nearby. So outer region. Man, Archie's doing so much damage with that Giant. And, you know, have the Vampires thrown the game here? The Mortis Engine's dead! Holy shit, that was a mistake. It's okay, though. It's a mistake that's very, very easy to make. Damn, son. This game is wild as hell. So, as far as the Chaos Army goes, I feel like Chaos is in a pretty winning position now. Like, the Mortis Engine is the breadwinner in this matchup. Oh my god, there's going to be another Burning Head. Oh, that's going to hit the Chill Geist. Oh no, the damage! That just, like, almost one-shot the Chill Geist. Archaon going balls deep, baby. Oh my god. Look at that. Chill Geists are done for. How could... Chaos cannot lose this game now. 2 Giants, plus Archaon, plus a ton of Halberds still healthy. Mortis Engine's gone, Chill Geists are gone. There's no freaking way the Vampires can win this. Dude, this game has been absolutely hog wild. What are the players saying? Holy shit. Out of region says shit. Oh, that's pretty funny. Damn, son. Damn. So Vlad is holding on for dear life, but he's really outmatched here. Archaon will probably beat him in combat. And, you know, I mean, there's still, I guess, a couple Cryptors running around, but there's so many Chaos Halberds left, too. Maybe if the Chaos Halberds get broken and the Vampires can, like, chip them away with, like, their chaff? I don't know. We do have some Black Knights coming back in. They, of course, were able to chase off some of the Chaos Warriors, which is a nice grab. Maybe charging into the back of these Chaos Warriors here, but... yeah, the rear charge will be impactful, but Standard Die is active right now. And it looks like another Burning Head is coming down. Holy shit, Archaon must have done so much damage this game. Oh my goodness. Yeah, those Chill guys are no longer chilling. They are the opposite of chill. They are unchill. They are roasted. Black Knights with a nice rear charge here. Why, the Poison Ducky coming in, getting some work in. Archaon has had enough of Vlad's shenanigans. And Archaon plus the Exalted Hero are easily going to beat down Vlad here. No problem. Vlad certainly puts up a much better fight now. Oh, the Giant just trampling him as it makes its way over to the corpse card as well. Vlad will take a while to kill, but the rest of the Vampire Army, I think, is rapidly dissipating here against the Giants and also the remnants of the spawn. We also have a full health unit of Chaos Warriors over here. These guys definitely need to come over and help. Yeah, they need some halberd support against all these Black Knights and different things like that. Vlad von Karstein on death's bed, the Lord of the End Times going on foot with the Slayer of Kings. You can see Vlad is running, but he has fallen. The von Karstein ring will not save him against the Slayer of Kings. And Archaon and his chosen legion, the double Giants, were able to claim the day. Well played. Holy shit, that was a wild-ass game. Winds of Death coming out, Burning Heads coming out, but the Burning Heads are much cheaper on Winds of Magic. Alright, Archaon got... holy shit, look at Archaon, guys! Foot Archaon getting 4,000 gold almost worth of damage value with 25,000 damage. Hot damn, that is sexy. Look at that. Aside from that, Spawn, they all did fine. 900 more or less across the board. Giants 1,500 and 600. Halberds got 9. And yeah, the Chaos Warriors got crumped by the Winds of Death. Holy shit. Yeah, Vlad just kind of died. He still did good, though. Vlad got 1,800 gold with that Winds of Death, so he was able to do decent. The big misplay was the Mortis Engine dying and the Chill Guys getting roasted. Those were like the two straws that broke the vampire's back. Oh, man, that was really fun. GG, well played. Well played, man. Poison Ducky coming out like a champ using that glorious, glorious Winds of Death in the beginning. Yeah, his Mortis Engine got crumped pretty good. All right, next up. Who do we have? Let's see here. Who do we got? Okay, let's see if he's back. You're up. And password is Gorst. Dude, Archeon went crazy that game. Oh my god, almost 4,000 gold. That's some serious damage. Serious damage indeed. We're at about 2 hours and 15 minutes. Another 30 minutes here, more or less. So we'll see if the next player is here. If not, we'll jump down the list. No problem. He's on his way. Perfect. All right, we're all set. Alrighty, perfect. Yeah, you definitely need some monsters there. All right, so now we have Outer Region against Scumbag. We're gonna do a real knockdown, drag out map here. Do the Spirit Essence of Chaos. I think, is it Essence of Chaos? I can't remember this map. I think it's Spirit Essence of Chaos. I just like the way that map looks. So cool. Oh, I think it's just maybe Essence. I wish I could just like type the map name in and find it. I know it's not like a huge important feature, but it's something that I would greatly appreciate. All right, so the players are doing their picks and bans now. We'll get this party going here, and then we'll be ready for one of our closing games here. What type of games do I suck at? You know, honestly, I've never been really bad at any particular game. Like, I've always been pretty good at game, like decent at gaming. Yeah. Probably my worst type of game. Probably, yeah, I don't know. That's a hard question. I mean, I guess I'm not very good at Minecraft. I did used to play that with some friends. Yeah, that's probably one of the ones I'm worst at. My contraptions are just all inefficient and there he is. All right, so now we have the Scumbag facing off against Outer Region. We're going to be on Essence of Chaos. It's the Essence. Thank you, Shetland. Appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that one. Is it going to be Hiles versus Beastmen? Ooh, yeah, the Beastmen, the Bray Herd! What's cool about this, too, is I think the Essence of Chaos actually was a map for the Beastmen when they first came out. Either Beastmen or Wood Elves. I can't remember which one it came with. Blood Bowl? I'm okay at Blood Bowl, yeah. When I used to play Minecraft, my friends would have like these like epic empires, like all like efficient machinery and like circuitry, and mine would just be some haggard like Uruk-hai, Pit, and Isengard. Yeah. And, you know, I was always looking to troll in Minecraft. Like, I would go to my friends' castles and, like, cut a hole in their wall and, like, hide a bunch of chickens in the wall and then close it up just so they had to, like, listen to the chicken sounds as they walked through their base. That was, like, the kind of shit I was doing. Yeah. High Elves are fine here, too, though. Yeah. It's going to be Scumbag on High Elves against Outer Region's Beast People. Now we got some time while they pick and do their armies here. So if Outer Region wins this, he's going to be in a pretty commanding spot for this King of the Hill. We'll see how much further we get down the list. The only thing in Minecraft I was pretty good at is I really like Thaumcraft, like the wizardry system. Like, I didn't like using technology. I liked using, like, the wizard, like, you know, making wands and, you know, using all those magical enchanted items. That was, like, my favorite thing. Yeah. Nothing like some Beastmen with a hot cup of joe. Oh yeah, man. Minecraft is really fun. I used to play Feed the Beast mod, and we had a really fun. I remember creating one of my other favorite trolls I'd ever did was, so with Thaumcraft in Minecraft Feed the Beast, you're able to create like an unstable magic node or like move them, and it basically is like a vortex that sucks everything in around it and slowly expands. So like putting that in one of your friends' bases, it just like slowly expands in the middle of their base and just tears everything apart. Oh my god, it's so funny. The Lone Ranger meme, are you guys talking about Walker Texas Ranger up in this chat? Because my ears will perk up if I hear that theme song. Yeah, Thaumcraft was my favorite part about Minecraft. In the eyes of the Ranger. When the eyes of the Ranger are upon you. It's so good. Walker Texas Ranger. They're rebooting that show, actually. Yeah. Yeah, Feed the Beast is a really good mod in Minecraft, yeah. Yeah, Morker is actually a pretty good lord. I don't think he needs any love. I mean, he summons 2 units of spawn, which is really strong, and he regenerates. That alone makes him pretty good. Yeah, maybe I'll get back into doing some Minecraft memeing. That'd be pretty fun. The reason why I quit is because my hands were getting worse and I couldn't like do that and my YouTube channel, so I had to give one up, obviously. So Minecraft got the axe. I know, Honey Nut. That was the whole idea. Yeah. All right, we're on the Essence of Chaos here. High Elves have a couple ways of playing this matchup. You know, boxes aren't uncommon here, like a Larry box with a bunch of Silver and Guard. You know, maybe some Phoenix Guard, things like that. So we'll see. I know. How do you replace Chuck Norris? Well, Walker Texas Ranger is being rebooted. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the show Supernatural, but the actor who plays Sam. So there's Dean Winchester and Sam Winchester in that show. The actor who plays Sam is playing Walker Texas Ranger, which is kind of a strange casting. I feel like Jared, the other actor, probably would have been a little bit more kind of Walker Texas Ranger-like. Oh, Invasion USA. Dude, hell yeah, I love that movie. I legit have that in my living room right now on VHS. Yeah. Chuck Norris. I love Chuck Norris jokes. Chuck Norris is quite old now, though. Yeah, I don't think he would want to come back and do it. He should at least make a cameo in that. Oh, I love Supernatural. I know it's super campy, but like Lady Turin and I both love that show. Yeah, it's fun. Oh, I can get my voice relatively deep. Yeah, I could do a dwarf song for you, but I have a little bit of a cough I've had for like the past month and a half, so it might be a little hard right now. But maybe I'll do it for you guys someday. Chuck Norris is awesome. I auditioned for Walker when I was 14 years old. At 5'9", I was too tall and would make... What are you talking about? Oh, as like a character in the show? Oh, Gojira. Well, don't spoil anything, because we haven't seen the last season yet. Oh, yeah, carry on, my wayward son. I know. It's quite touching. All right, guys, let's see what the scumbag has brought. He's got 2 Dragon Princes. Swordmasters of Hoeth mixed with Rangers. Okay, this Beastman front line might be in for a little bit of a rude awakening when they face his Heil front line. We got Tyrion. We got a Lightcaster with Barona's Time Warp. Phoenix Guard, double Dragon Prince. You know what? I actually really like this Heil build. I don't know how well it's going to do because it's so uncommon, but the Brayherd should probably get karate chopped pretty good on the front line. Yeah, especially those Blackhorns Ravagers against Swordmasters. Holy shit, that's going to be a beating. And, you know, Tyrion's Tyrion. He can do some work for sure. So for the Beastmen, Ungor Spearman Herds mixed with Gore Herds. We do have Centaurs with Throwing Axes as a counterplay against Dragon Princes. They can kite them. They have good AP and are really, really annoying against those elite targets. Yeah. And here we do have the Gorbel. There's going to be the Butchers of Kalkengard. It looks like there's going to be a Cygor summoner coming in to summon the melee Cygor. And old Khazrak One-Eye, baby. Here he is in all his glory. It begins. Khazrak, right as I'm trying to show you off, you disappear. But Khazrak is going in for the Vanguard with a substantial beastman rear play here of Centaurs with great weapons mixed with poison hounds. Oh yeah, dude. I love this. This is going to be a great fight. Holy shit. Alright, and the Rumble is on. Khazrak going to be leading the charge here against the Swordmasters of Hoth. Definitely a good choice. The Beastmen, immediately seeing they're kind of outmatched in the front line, are going to be retreating, which is a very smart play. Yeah, and look at Khazrak. He's getting in there, dude. Khazrak running around on his wild hog, just whipping things and doing some damage. Charging into the back of the Swordmasters once again. The Beastmen are now going to be taking the engagement. Rangers piling in, Swordmasters piling in as well. And the Dragon Princes kind of struggling to find an engagement. The Beastmen are much faster. You don't want to be chasing throwing axes with Dragon Princes. Unless you can drop a net of Amatoch like that. In that case, it is extremely worth it. So these Centaurs are going to be dying here. But now comes the huge Beastman onslaught. A massive amount of great weapons. Okay, these Swordmasters are going to die extremely quick. That's going to be a disaster for them. They're actually terrified right now, which is pretty unfortunate. Butchers of Kalkengard doing some huge damage. That's the problem with that being really spread out like that. But, you know, the High Elves, of course, are doing well on the other side. The High Elves have killed throwing axes. They're killing these spearmen here. These princes probably will be engaging against his blob. Hard to say. Tyrion could get a big Sunfang too. Like, if he gets a Sunfang down this very lightly armored kind of core of beastmen, that would be an absolute disaster for the beast people. Stand your ground active. And the Phoenix Guard definitely need to get over there if they can. Oh, Viletide going down. Look at the AoE damage that did against those, well, not only his own units, but also against these spearmen and those other assets here. Pretty close battle, but beastmen are a little bit ahead, I would say. The Sigor summons haven't even come out yet. But yeah, there's a lot of High Elf infantry left, including some Swordmasters who can certainly do some good damage. Barona's Time Warp going to be going down here, which is really, really good for these type of blob fights. He gives speed, he gives melee attack, which the melee attack, of course, is the really significant variable. But the Beastman mobility is still quite healthy. Some of the Dragon Princes are broken off, a unit of 12 being chased off the battlefield most likely by some Poison Hounds. Tyrion could carry this game, though, for sure. Tyrion can beat the hell out of Khazrak in a fight. Barona's Time Warp is active. Looks like another Viletide going down. Nice one right there. It hits the Dragon Princes again, doing some decent topical damage. Swordmasters continuing to buzzsaw through the chaff units. Tyrion really is going to have to carry this, though. Butchers of Kalkengard are in great shape. And the High Elf supporting elements, including the Rangers and the other troops, are very much broken off here. So there go the Dragon Princes on the far side. And we do have a couple of Rangers coming back in here. We'll see if those guys can kind of waddle their way back in and do some work. So here comes Tyrion, Barona's Time Warp active. Still fighting the good fight. Phoenix Guard are, you know, still in good shape. If the Beastmen were to sit and fight and stay here, they might actually end up losing the battle. But it looks like, of course, taking advantage of the Beastmen mobility, these guys are going to be moving and picking off the low-hanging fruit around the battlefield. You know, save the blob for last. Also, Centaurs with Throwing Axe is a great tool against something like Phoenix Guard that are slow and static and can't really do anything about that missile play. We still have some Spearmen fighting here. We have some Swordmasters still bumping and grinding here, up to 115 whopping kills, led by Tyrion. Certainly not bad. Only 500 gold worth of value, though, despite the kills, because they basically just killed, like, Ungors and things like that, so it hasn't been terribly substantial. There's something in the back of the map now. It looks like those Centaurs and Throwing Axes have come back, actually, so... Yep, Lightcaster for the High Elves is taken out. The High Elves pretty much just have one pocket of elite troops left. I don't think that's going to be enough. Khazrak on his chariot actually is pretty good against, like, Swordmasters and units like that, so... We'll see how that unfolds. And looking around here, we got Rangers, and that is probably going to be all she wrote for the High Elves. A very valiant effort here, though. But the elite infantry, yeah, didn't seem to pay off. The Beastmen were able to isolate them with throwing axes and rear charges and really, you know, use chariots and monsters to beat them down. So perhaps like a defensive Phoenix Guard box or a tighter formation. Spreading out against Beastmen really allows them to crump so many aspects of your army. It's quite painful for sure. And yes, Tyrion popping all the buffs, making his valiant last stand, but all of his support is gone. The Sigor summon is here to finish the deal. And Tyrion is going to get slapped with army losses. Well played to Scumbag, though. It's a very cool build. You know, it's neat seeing elite High Elf infantry, but they just didn't have a home. There was no, like, great units for them to really beat down. Yeah. All right. 900 on Tyrion, not bad. Dragon Princes, 707 respectively. Decent performance, but yeah, the Swordmasters seem to be the weakest link in the army. Rangers, I guess, got crumped pretty good as well, but yeah, Outer Region is a Beastman main and certainly a very solid tournament player, so quite scary indeed. Khazrak got 1100, Butchers got 1800. Damn, son. Throwing Axes, not too much because one of them did get netted down, and the Centaurs with nice rear charges. Man, 1400 on those Centaurs, that's really good. GG, well played. Gee, well played. I'm ready. Hey, it wasn't bad at all. Well played to both of you guys. All right. So now, here we go. So that is our 10 players, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure. Let me look at the list here. Scroll back up real quick. If it is, it's time for the boss fight. And that's where he fights me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Outer. I will rehost. You won the King of the Hill. So Outer Region has won the King of the Hill. Just barely edging out Xiphos with 1 extra win. Yes. Boss fight. And now he has to fight me. Oh, don't be scared, man. You're going to be fine. All right. So I'm going to call it boss fight. This is the final boss fight here. All right. So let's do it to it. But he wins the King of the Hill regardless of this outcome. I think it's just a fun tradition to play the last game to get involved. All right. Outer Region. Password is Gorst. What is a good matchup? So he wants to go Beastman again. All right, that's fine. So I'm trying to see what matchups he's comfortable with here. We can do the... Just do Glacial Lake, screw it. It's a nice small map. The Beastmen will appreciate this. So I can do Wood Elves. Let's see. I can do Wood Elves. I can do Chaos. But we've already seen a fair amount of Chaos. I can do Counts, but Counts are pretty favored there, so I don't want to do that to him. I can do Empire. I can do Skaven. Okay. I can do Wood Elves, Skaven, Empire. Let's see here. What other factions would I mix in there? I'm not really too into Norska lately, and Lizardmen we've already seen a lot today. Or Chaos. Or Berts. I could do Bretonnia too. Which ones do you not want? So we'll see which ones he doesn't want to face, and then we'll just pick from there. I want to play some Wood Elves, actually, but it depends on how comfortable he is with that matchup. We'll see. A Beastman mirror match? Holy shit. We haven't seen any Skaven today. You know, Beastmen are actually considered to be pretty good against Skaven. Yeah, let me get the screen blocker up, just so Outer Region can hang out and chat on stream and doesn't accidentally see my build, so. Wood Elves, because this fight is what I wanted from the DLC. Okay, so he doesn't want me to play Wood Elves. Beastmen are actually kind of favored against Skaven. Some people think that. So maybe we could try some Skaven builds. Let me see what I got for Skaven versus Beastmen. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. That could be a little something something. We haven't seen Skaven. Oh my god, Tretch. Tomb Kings versus Beastmen is pretty favored for them. I'll go Skaven, because I think Beastmen do have a good matchup here. Yeah, so I'll go Skaven Rats. Or Empire. Empire could be fun too. Would you guys rather see Empire or Skaven? I feel like we've seen Empire today a couple times. We haven't seen any Skaven on today's stream. Oh. Let me see. So yeah. You picked Beastman. What was your ban? I think Wood Elves? I have to see what his ban was. Okay, he's happy with it. So do we want to use new Skaven characters is the question. Huh. Let's try a different build. Let's try something nice and funky. So we'll try you. Oh, you want Wood Elves? I'm happy to do Wood Elves too. I wasn't sure what he was saying. I'm happy to play Wood Elves too in this matchup. Let's see what he chooses. Sorry guys, a little miscommunication going on. just go rats. I'll just go rats. The people call for it. Okay, so let's come up with a fun build. He wanted me to play Wood Elves? Oh, no. I'm actually more comfortable with Wood Elves against Beastmen. I have a pretty decent dedicated build. You know, screw it. You wanted Wood Elves. I can't. Let me read his message. Hold on. I could have sworn he said he was banning Wood Elves. Which ones do you not want, is what I said. And then he said Wood Elves, because this is a fight. This fight is what I wanted from the DLC. Okay, so I asked him what he didn't want, and he said Wood Elves. Okay, well, rats it is. I'm going to bring a fun build, though. That also has some teeth. Some little ratsy teeth. Yeah, it was just a miscommunication, so he's already probably picking for Skaven, so I'll just do Skaven then. Alright, so looks fine. Okay, so he seems like you guys want Wood Elves now, so we'll just do that. Screw it. I already have a build prepared and everything, so it'll take like 2 seconds. Hey, so chat wants Wood Elves now. Let's do it. We can do 2 games if you want. Alright, so I'll just go to my Wood Elf build. How do we want to play versus Beastmen here? Oh, I had a build that was pretty functional before. Alright, very good. Ready when you are. Alright. So we're going to do 2 games. I'll do 1 game with Wood Elves and I'll do 1 game with Skaven. That's the solution. My build is ready. This is one I've tried a little bit. It's been pretty effective, so I'm curious to see what he'll scheme against it. Sorry guys, just getting some tea real quick. I have a pretty good Empire build I can show you guys. Don't worry, Skaven are coming next game. They'll be here. I am ready for battle. Let me take a look at my army just to familiarize myself real quick. What do I have at my disposal? Okay, that looks fine. That looks fine. Some chevrons we could cut here and there. That is good, acceptable. I know. I'm curious what he's going to bring, though. Should be interesting. It's a small map, so he's probably going to like rush me, you know. Oftentimes, Wood Elves probably would like to kite Beastmen using like Glade Riders with the bows. They can kite pretty effectively, so I might have to kind of rethink things a little bit, but we'll see. Mel Gibson is really, really good in this matchup. He is an absolute monster. Yeah, he slays the beasts pretty effectively. No mustaches in this build. No, I'm playing Skaven and Wood Elves here at the end of the stream to wrap it up for you guys. But I have a couple Empire games coming on replays this week, so I wonder if Out of Region has seen my build. He might have seen it in some of the early access replays. If so, I'm curious what he'll do against it. Alright, so I'm not going to line up on the terrain too much here. I'll leave a little room for his beasties to get by. I never like using terrain on maps. Alright, is the screen blocker gone? So yeah, this is the build. It's aerial with Dryka. Dryka has no spells, though. Dryka is just there for combat and to drop some summons. Then we use triple Starfire Shaft, and we do that for the fire damage, more or less. And also, it's decent at gooning out like the lords and things like that. So, spears and spears, which is good. And then we have the Great Stag Knights, which are like your sweeper units. So the Great Stag Knights just like clean up your backline. Anything that gets through, they just like tear out and kill. We have you guys, and then we also have, we can put 1 on each side of the formation here. Cool. This has been my anti-Beastman build I've used in the early access. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, Drycha summons Dryads, and she's pretty good in combat too, against like cheap beastmen shit. And Ariel just causes terror and uses Soul Stealers, and shit gets real crazy. And also you have Berry Wine plus Apotheosis to heal the Lost Sylvan Knights. Good luck, have fun. Alright, let's do it to it. I know, Drycha's like yelling is like the funniest shit ever. See, like, I'm all good with a Vanguard Rush like this. All good with it, you know? Alright, let's go engage here. Great Stag Knights, come over here. Archers, archers, archers can focus you down, and you can focus there. And we just kind of screen them out here. Yeah, looks good. Eternal Guard can go help out here. Pull you guys back. Ariel's just doing her thing. So far, the Butchers of Kalkengard should be getting wrecked pretty good. Nice little pendulum right there. We might need to summon some Malevolent Dryads, though. Yeah, we were able to break through, which is cool. Alright, let's bounce here. Get you guys going over there. Archers, so cross and cross. Looks fine. Dryads just hold the breach right here. And now the archers can start shooting again. We can just have them start shooting into the Centaurs here, which is fine. Alright, so we have a Soul Stealer. Don't need to drop that yet. Let's get you guys in. Looks fine. Little spawn summon in the back line. Never hurt anybody. Butchers of Kalkengard need to get karate chops. You guys can go out there, and the Stag Knights can come over here and help out in this engagement. Alright, Drycha. Soul Stealer right there. Not Drycha, excuse me, Ariel. Pull these spears, get these archers coming in, and get you guys kind of rotating away. Should be fine. Alright, so the Lost Sylvan Knights, we need to kind of bounce you guys across now. They have used a lot of their summons. I still have a couple summons as well. So we should probably use that like right here to help Ariel out. Looks good. Stag Knight should be able to win that respective engagement, and now we can start shooting at the Butchers of Kalkengard again. Get the Dryads moving in here, and the Spears moving in, and get you guys kind of pulling back. Okay, it's a pretty pitched fight, honestly. Hard to tell how it's going. Hopefully we can kill some of the Centaurs here. Alright, looks good. We just have to kind of endure the summons. I expect to lose many of the archers, you know, so that's totally fine. And the Lost Sylvan Knights are definitely doing some destructive damage. Okay, those archers are more or less dead at this point. Can we get you on anything of value? Yeah, we can get her fighting there. Ariel needs to come into the blob as well. Alright. So we have some archers. They're still kind of kiting back, but let's just run them away for now. I think that's probably the best bet. Wild Riders, hopefully they actually win this fight down here. Goodness gracious. Apotheosis. And we do have the Berry Wine, which we need to just save. So the fact that the balance of power is even and he's used a lot of his summons is really, really good for us. And the Lost Sylvan Knights, I don't know if he's going to be able to kill them terribly efficiently. Let's have the archers go there. Lost Sylvan Knights are in good shape, and hopefully we can win this frickin' fight here. Yep, Lost Sylvan Knights are just destroying most of his stuff, and we've actually won the center mass engagement. Drycha should be able to kill the Butchers. Those archers are being chased off, beastmen are running off all over the map. Yeah, this is good. The fact that it's close now is good for us. Can't quite catch those guys. Yeah, let's just go kill these raiders, I guess. Pull the spears back. Pull these guys back. I don't want to overchase the raiders. It's kind of a crappy thing. Morker does do magic damage, so we don't want to stay here for too long. So let's pull these guys away and just disengage and see if we can sweep around the battlefield. Yeah, because Morker, again, I'm pretty sure does magic damage. Alright. Drycha, get in there. You get in there. How are we doing? Can we get these hounds? We need to unify our forces. We do have a Soul Stealer, too, so blob fights in the late game are really, really advantageous for us. Yeah, those Chaos Warhounds are going to die, which is great. Blade Guard, go there. Let's break those Blackhorn Ravagers real quick. Break those Poison Hounds off the battlefield, which is fine. Pull you guys over here. Yeah, Ariel's going to be a pain in the butt for him to kill. As long as we don't lose the Stag Knights to some stupid shit, I think we're fine. And good, we have some dudes who can actually chase these down. We have another Dryad summon too, the Malevolent Dryads. That's really strong. Centaur should die there. Okay, he's actually got a fair amount of stuff here. Let's pull down here. Come over there. Great Stag Knights, just kill these Centaurs real quick and then pull back. We have the speed advantage, so it shouldn't matter. How are they not terror routing too, by the way? Goodness gracious. Alright, we need to kill these raiders. Dryads go there, you guys go under. Stag Knights, we can go ahead and cast an Apotheosis on them. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, this chase is not going too well. Stag Knight should be fine here. We do have some Dryad support too, which is nice. And let's just pull these guys in as a sacrifice. Again, just got to bank those... Yeah, let's get our characters over here. Alright, Stag Knights, you're doing good. We still have the summon in the back pocket. We need to go kill his raiders now. That's like free kills. Yeah, they don't have any support. And these little Eternal Guard can chase these guys down. Our army actually is much quicker right now. Summon will be really strong in the late game too. Morker might be a little bit annoying to kill, to be honest. Okay, what is he chasing us with? The Minotaurs and all that other stuff. Good. Just pound over here now. Dungor Spearman Herd. Just ignore them. What abilities do we have? We have a Soul Stealer too. So I think he's using Melkos on us. So we'll just keep using the Apotheosis to try and top him off here. I don't know why, like, something's wrong with the moving on those guys. Okay, Drycha is coming. Now that there's going to be like a fight, we can go ahead and summon some Malevolent Dryads to give some buffering. And we can also get ready to cast a Soul Stealer there too. That's going to like nail everything. Yeah, very good. Happy with that. Now we chase the Butchers with everything. Just try and kill him. Stag Knights, hot in pursuit. Might even be able to break him. Alright, let's go. Let's get those Butchers off the battlefield. Yes, yes. Malevolent Dryads, go, go, go. Drycha, get over there. Ariel, get over there. Do we save up for a Soul Stealer? That's the question. They're so close to dying. I think we gotta heal the Stag Knights. So just keep chasing them down. We haven't killed any models yet, which is really unfortunate. Oh, it looks like a big pendulum. That could be good. Really nice play on his part. They're shaken. They're starting to lose models now. So we can leave Ariel in this blob because she's like more or less unbreakable and just keep the Stag Knights moving after the Butchers. Malevolent Dryads can just go here. Okay, let's go. Drycha, you just keep him slapping here. Come on. Kill those Butchers. Kill them nice and good like. Drycha, the more damage she gets, the stronger she gets, which is kind of cool. So, yeah, there we go. Just keep hunting down those Minotaurs. Good, good. Support's all buckling. So yeah, the thing is, even if we get damaged on Drycha, she's going to make our nearby assets stronger, which is really cool. Got to keep hunting these guys down. So at this point, I think we just save up for like a Soul Stealer type thing. Stag Knight should be able to keep up with these guys. Okay, we need to break the Butchers here. Do we save for Soul Stealer or do we heal? Yeah, Butchers of Kalkengard just took mass casualties. So now we bounce over here and kill this Brave Shaman real quick, and I think that gives us the game. How many Brave Shaman are left? Soul Stealer's 18 wins. Yeah, Ariel kills the Brave Shaman. And now I think we just chase everything off while Drycha and Ariel fight the Bray cow there. Alright. Yeah, we got some dudes coming back too. I mean, Morker has huge magic resist, I think. Yeah, that's only 25%. Okay, that's fine. Not the end of the world. Drycha should be able to fight Morker pretty well too. Cool. Great Stag Knights are so freaking good in this matchup. Look at the value they got, guys. Pretty crazy. 3,200. Talk about Value City. Might as well Apotheosis Ariel. GG Beasts. That was a really good game. It was super close. My archers didn't work out too well. Maybe I got to rethink my build. Yeah, that was crazy. GG, well played, man. So I'll go Rats this game. You pick anyone you want. The berry wine. So you guys wanted Skaven. So I'll do some Skaven here. And he can pick anyone he wants here. Very well played. Yeah, Stag Knights are super crazy in that game. Would Cav, you know what, Anthony Boylan? I'm starting to think maybe getting Cav Archers would be better. It depends. That build, I had used that build against Aerocrastic and a couple other really solid players to pretty good success, but Outer Region definitely made it feel weak in some ways. Oh, Chaos versus Skaven. This is actually a fun matchup now. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it to it. Alright, so what do we want to do here? You know this is happening. This has to happen. What is he gonna bring? Is he gonna bring Sigvald? Is he that wild of a man to bring the Dark Prince? Alright, so let's do this. No. You guys have seen Skrulk a million times. You don't need to see him more. I gotta show you the fun stuff here. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, alright. Okay. I know you guys want Gorich, don't you? How badly do you guys want to see Gorich? Is that something that should be arranged here? I think it is. Alright. Gorich is coming. With all of his Haggard abilities. No, I'm not doing Tretch. Come on. You guys gotta have some dignity for sure. The healing on the Great Stag Knights was very good. Oh, I like that. I'm not gonna give you a Queek, but I'll give you Gorich. We can have a compromise here. We can be civilized folk. Alright, so that's fine. I'm gonna do a really weird build that probably won't be so good, but I am gonna do something that I think is fun. Okay. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Gorich is coming. You would eat a hot dog for Gorich? Oh, dude, well, you've... I have a pretty competitive Skaven build. This one might not be in that ballpark, but I'm very excited to try it for you guys. This has been like some weird scheme I've had in the back of my head for some time. All right, that should be fine. We don't need that shit. Okay, so from here, let's go ahead and get. Oh man, how am I gonna do this? Okay, this is something I've been wanting to try for like quite some time. Okay, so we have that, we have you, we have that. So how many more single entities can I bring? Looks like 2 more. And then... We need some Skaven slaves, because we're Skaven and that's how they play. Two, 3, and 4. He's probably going to do like a spawn rush or something? Maybe? 1, 2, and then 3 would be this guy, would be my last one. Okay, huh. Gorich, we got him. Ah, it just sucks so bad not having a Packmaster. You know what, that's fine. He can be in the Goon Squad as well. No, but on foot it opens up some other cool stuff. Alright, let's try this out. Shit's gonna get crazy in here. I know he's gonna do spawn rush of some sort. How are we gonna hold that back? Alright, so 1, 2, and then we need 1 more single entity to make it really juicy. Oh, how could I forget? Jesus, we need some of those too. God, this build is so expensive, guys. This build is so expensive. It's like so hard to get everything I need in it. 1, 2, and then how much is that mount? 700? Goodness gracious. Okay. Yeah, sure, why not? I think it's something. How are we gonna deal with like freaking Marauder Horsemen just trolling me though in great numbers? I'm really trying to make this work. Like really hard. Okay, we got that. Got 2 of those bad boys. That's probably enough. We got the mortar teams. Got a brood horror as well. Okay, you know what? That's fine. Ready. Okay, let me make sure I don't have too many single entities. 1, 2. No, I'm good. With all these new rats, it's like it's really easy to lose track of that. Well, Here goes nothing. I think this build is probably pretty bad, but, you know, it might be one of those things that we, like, discover something useful and new and cool in the process. There's no summons. I didn't bring any summons. I'm going for, like, Death Frenzy Monster Mash to see how well that goes. So, yeah, Sigvald's actually a problem here with this build I brought. Gorich can fight Sigvald, though, if I can avoid the Horsemen. Oh, sorry, guys. So, yeah, the build is basically Clan Rats, Skaven Slaves taking a hammering in the front. No surprise. But we have Gorich, we have a Mutant Rat Ogre, and we also have a Warp Caster, or a Warlock Engineer. And Throt is on foot to give, like, the heals, and so we can get some spears back here. Here and here. Got some Rat Ogres. We have a single mortar. Some ogres to defend. Honestly, though, the ogres don't have to defend it too much because we have the wolf rats for that. It's just a weird build, honestly. Got some juicy layers here. Yeah, so then we have a wild brood horror in the back who can be rotating about, and then 2 wolf rats, which I'm actually wanting to use the wolf rats to kill things. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it doesn't deploy too close to me. I thought about going for, like, a full rush with, like, infantry, like elites gave an infantry and things like that, but that's almost never worked for me. Death Frenzy Monster Mash is your signature move in the bedroom? Oh, dude, nice. Hell yeah, dude. Good luck. Let's see how this goes. I'm curious what he's going to bring. Okay, let's start mortaring these guys down. See, this is the reason why you have to have, like, a mortar team. Otherwise, like, you're just going to get trolled by this shit all day. By a Marauder Horseman. Gorich has, like, the coolest voice lines. Oh, that's going to hurt really bad. Holy shit. Got both of those guys. Nice. Wolf rats are chilling. Oh, he wants to have the wolf rat fight, huh? Okay. Little does he know, wolf rats are the Dark Lords. Oh my god, it's an aspiring champion Vanguard flank. That's actually something I'm completely okay with. I think we managed to dodge most of that. Part of it. Okay, that's fine. So we can go here and get some ogres fighting him as well. Looks like he's pulling back. So, how can we do back here? I think we can do pretty well for ourselves. And then we can get our monsters going back here as well. And the mortar teams can pull back. Archaon can pull back as well. And the mortar teams definitely need to just keep raining some hot fire on those dudes. Alright, so how far are we right now? Can we go ahead and drop this Death Frenzy right here? Let's pop this. We got the Death Frenzy down there, which is good. We can pop you guys in and get the Clan Rat Spears moving up. And Throt can go fight Archaon as well. Defensive positions, defensive positions. I think we're winning this blob fight here because of our monsters. Yeah, Gorich and the Wolf Rats. Because we got Death Frenzy, so all our units are just like absolute Terminators, including the AP Wolf Rats, which is pretty hilarious. Alright, let's move you guys over there. Seems like it's going okay, more or less. It's a little bit messy. Throt the Unclean can summon some Rat Ogres to help out if he needs to, but I don't think we need to quite yet. Use Creature Killer to give anti-large. Winning this backline engagement definitely is a little bit more important, I think. Alright, so the mortars are here. Get the Clan Rats. These ogres can move in and fight if they have to. And Throt's actually doing a good job fighting off Archie here. Oh, this fight's getting a little messy, though. Ah, they're just aspiring champions, so nothing that our monsters can't clean up. Alright, the Brood Horror. Do we really need it here? I don't know, it's hard to tell. It's like a burning head going down. Let's keep nuking the Marauder Horsemen. You guys can screen up here. And Throt and the boys might need to pull back at this point. We might be needed back in the main battle line. Yeah, I don't think we can afford to stay here fighting aspiring champions all day. Now it's the time to summon some Rat Ogres for sure. Okay, Throt, let's do it. Okay, looks good. Mortar teams are back. The 2 Wolf Rats are also back in business, so we can use them to go feast on the aspiring champions. Let's get our characters in there, Little Brood Horror needs to pile in as well and help out the Rat Man. We have Remoldered, but none of our monsters are really damaged. Oh, it's time for the Death Frenzy, baby! Let's go! This entire Skaven blob's gonna be the Terminators right now, and then Death Frenzy goes off. Holy shit. Archaon's back. Unfortunately, we lost our globes because I don't really have enough to defend them. Wolf Rats, they have AP, so they should be able to chew down that aspiring champion relatively well. And Warp Lightning, I don't think there's anything that's really worth doing. Yeah, Boar Globes in the back really getting crumped pretty good. Alright, let's pull you guys in. Go after them. You guys go after Archie. Gorich and company. Let's go ahead and keep popping their buffs. We're just fighting spawn, which is pretty shit. So we need to just get out of that fight if we can. Okay, Brood Horror's popping in. We have remoldered, but nothing here is worth remoldering at the moment. Wolf Rats were able to kill the Aspiring Champs there, which is excellent. So let's get them around the back. See if we can find any more Aspiring Champs to just kind of munch on for food. Ooh, that's going to be a nice burning head on his part. How's Gorich doing? Honestly, I think Gorich just has to stay and fight, as does this Mutant Rat Ogre. And we can go ahead and cast a... I don't know, Warp Lightning isn't worth it. Yeah. Remoldering, though. Who do we want to remolder? Probably Gorich. So we'll get him a fat heal right now. We have some Skaven. Let's get him down the hill. Gorich just slapping the base on things. Maybe we can get a Warp Lightning on this guy before he goes. Yeah, come on, get it off, buddy. Yeah, Foot Throt obviously can't do too much punch here. That wasn't bad. Alright, Throt. Let's get those rats piling back in. The Wolf Rats, unfortunately, were broken off by a detachment of his troops. No summons here. It's definitely a very different game. And the Mutant Rat Ogres seems to be doing pretty well. We need to try and get them towards our main course, though. Get some Skaven Slaves in there. We don't want Archie to, like, get any of them 1v1. You know, that's the big problem. Although if Archie overextends himself like this, we can definitely go after him. And our caster is broken and being chased off, probably. Yeah, there's no hope for getting him back, I don't think. Alright, rats, pile back in. Oh, do we have mortar teams up there? Oh, holy shit, that's the end of chaos. They have no chance with mortar teams back. Creature Killer gives anti-large to everyone. Gorich, keep doing your spitting attacks. And the Brood Horror can chase those guys down, which is pretty funny. Throt, get back in here. If those mortar teams start raining fire into the blob, oh my god, that's just such punishment. Can we get Death Frenzy back? Doesn't look like it. That caster might actually come back. Morse Guitar's Hellion definitely doing some work. I don't know where Archie is right now. Let's go see if we can like save those mortars up in the high ground. It would actually be kind of useful. Okay, Wolf Rats. Those are Chaos Marauders. Let's go ahead and just position you guys behind here. Man, if we could get that Death Frenzy back, that'd be super sexy. Okay, Archeon's lurking in the sides. We need to hit him with these characters if we can. Throt the Unclean can go after him as well. We should have another remoldered here soon. And the Brood Horror is actually killing the Marauder Horsemen up in the high ground. Oh, nice. Hell yeah. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Give it to us. Yes! Gorich, baby! Let's go! Oh, we did it. Look at the Death Frenzy on Gorich. Yeah. Gorich! That was quite a scrappy game. Holy shit. The dreaded vanguard of the Aspiring Champs. Gorich did 1,400. Morse Guitar's Hellion did 1,500. Throt did about 500, but he was just a foot character supporting. Wolf Rats, 600, 600. Mortars, of course, 1,200. Yeah, pretty evenly spread across the entire battle. Holy shit. Sawtooth, thank you for the 5 Canadian bucks, man. This is a weird build. A single Skaven weapon seems weird, doesn't even an Aspiring Vanguard spam carry on. I know. That build was absolutely wild. Archie did good, though. 1,400 on him. Aspiring Champs, 200. Yeah, Aspiring Champs got dumped on pretty good. Like, his build had the core of a competitive build, but he just replaced Aspiring Champs to have some fun. Yeah. Death Frenzy, though, was cool. I don't know how good it was, but, yeah. That was fun. We looked at the stats. We looked at them all. I'll mouse through them here real quick so you guys can see. Skaven Slaves, of course. Little Wolf Rats. Yeah, I want to show you guys something before the stream ends. GG, well played, man. Okay, so he's out of here. Well played, you out of region. You're the winner of today's FFA. Or today's King of the Hill, excuse me. So check this out, guys. Like, normally Skaven, like, struggle against, I'm gonna get a Warlord, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Get some Wolf Rats. So normally Skaven struggle against Norska, right? And that's mainly because of the Skin Wolves. But it's pretty crazy how well, the Wolf Rats perform. Let me show you. If you want to get even crazier too, you can use a Warlock Engineer. That's fine. We're just testing something here, so maybe we should do a flat map. What is it called? Crossroads? MP Crossroads. The Aspiring Champions are not terrible, actually. Like, they're not good. They're not even like average. They're slightly below average, but I think like in a couple matchups you can like niche and mix them in and things like that. The spells I brought were Warp Lightning and Death Frenzy. Those are like the two that are pretty good in that lore magic. What's crazy is the performance of Wolf Rats too in this matchup. So with like Norscan Skin Wolves. Let's see. Although I should have just had them bring one Skin Wolf because AI is pretty bad for testing. Yeah, these are Poison Rats here. In the Chaos matchup, I brought the Armor Piercing ones. I wanted to try to Death Frenzy them and see how well they could kill certain things. So, it's pretty wonky, right? So let's say, for example, you have a Warlord. We're going to send him in, let him get more or less surrounded by these Skin Wolves here. Now, Skin Wolves on the charge do beat Wolf Rats, but something that's pretty wild is, I don't know if I'm going to get a good test here because like the AI is kind of like just going crazy. I don't want them to attack the Wolf Rats. Yeah, just blob up on my units there. There you go. There you go, little guys. So it's how fast the Wolf Rats can actually kill the Skin Wolves. So you can use like something like Death Frenzy. You don't even need to, but you'll notice here when we fast forward, Skin Wolves get like dunked on by Wolf Rats. Like look how fast they die. So in matchups like when you're facing Norska, you could just get these guys and just kill the Skin Wolves like super quickly. Like the other Skin Wolf might even lose like 1v1. We actually did testing in Skin Wolves Wolf Rats, if they get the charge on the Skin Wolves, they can even sometimes win that fight, which is pretty bonkers for sure. And you can see here the little Wolf Rats are like chewing on the Skin Wolves, which cost like several hundred more, and they can do some big damage. And even if you rout, you know, you come back, right? It's real wild. It's real wild. That's been something we noticed in a couple matchups here. Like I can show you guys a quick replay. Where is this? I think King of the Dead was playing Norska. I'm going to cast it separately, but I can show it to you guys real quick. We'll just do it like a fast forward through it so you can see. Let's see. That used to be the big weakness of the Skaven matchup. Norska versus Skaven. Yeah, so this was a game where I wanted to try like a very meta Norska build against Skaven. And King was saying to me, you know, that he had a build that had been beating Norscan players who were like, you know, top tier tournament guys. And I was curious about, yeah, the Wolf Rats, like in a pure vacuum, they can defeat Skin Wolves if they get the charge. Skin Wolves beat them otherwise, but if you have two Wolf Rats, you're going to kill Skin Wolf easily. So yeah, in this build, I have a Berserker Marauder front line. I have 4 Skin Wolves. This used to be like 4 Skin Wolves. Oh my god, this used to be the way you would beat the rats, right? So let me just show you here. So I'm advancing up. Not going to do too much like in-depth commentary, but this will be cast separately on the channel. You guys will see it eventually. Warp Lightning Cannon just shooting. Everything's looking normal so far. Globadiers killing my infantry. You know, nothing really new there. But the Skin Wolves are like the deciding factor, right? So the Skin Wolves are what needs to win you the fight. So here I'm like, okay, he's got some like shitty clan rats on the flank. I can pile him with Marauders. I can overwhelm this position. And where are those little Wolf Rats? I know he has them hiding somewhere. Yeah, Globadiers, Berserkers break through the front line. They kill Skaven slaves. We get on top of his Poison Wind Globe. So in like many ways, this battle looks like it's going very well, right? Like I felt like I was winning. Clan Rats are broken, but now the Wolf Rats come in. And the Wolf Rats push in. And just like the amount of burst damage they get on the Skin Wolves is crazy. But just watch my Skin Wolves die here. Like look how quickly Skin Wolves die. Skaven had absolutely no way of doing that before. Normally Skin Wolves would just hold. And then the Wolf Rats just chase them off the battlefield. It's like such a hard counter against the Skin Wolves if used properly. In the front line, I had a couple Skin Wolves like supporting, but of course, you know, the same thing's gonna happen. Wolf Rats just come, they chew up my Marauder Hunters, and now that I've lost my Skin Wolves, my other ones are gonna pull back, but they just get dominated by these little Wolf Rats. Like everywhere the Wolf Rats go, the Skin Wolves are just dying. These ones just rout almost instantly from the little rats, and that was pretty much game at that point. Like just all 4 of my Skin Wolves just got like destroyed methodically by those. Anyways, guys, congratulations to Outer Region. He's today's winner in the King of the Hill, which you saw. I just wanted to do a little bit of like going over things at the end. Thought that would be fun to show you. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Big props to him. It was a really fun game. Thank you guys and all the mods for helping out in chat, keeping things rolling smooth. And special thanks to all you folks who donated. Holy shit, there was some chungus donations today. From Sawtooth, Como Topic, Dominic. We had one from Torsten. Revan Kism with a fat 100, dude. Thank you so much, Revan. Really appreciate that one. That's a big one. You actually motivated the Bretonnians to a great victory. Dominic, Ryan G, Christian Bender, Carrot Shell, Big Carmen, Mark, Giretz, Matthias, Samuel Christensen to close out the stream. Thank you guys so much. It's really nice of you all. No, but see the thing about the wolves is they're more expensive than hounds. They cost $550 if you compare them across the board, right? The Wolf Rats. So if you go here, they cost $550 and their base leadership is also very low. It's 34. I think Chaos Warhounds are a little bit different. Let me see. Chaos Warhounds, I think, have, let's see, 38 base leadership, which is significant. And they also only cost 475 against 550. So they're not cheap, but I feel like there's some pretty crazy combos. You know, there's one more thing I wanted to show you guys. Hold on. This was a weird, this is what I was trying to do last game. Okay, so let's get the AP Wolf Rats. And you guys want to see some funny shit? Sorry guys, I know I was about to close out the stream, but there's one more thing I wanted to show you. All right, so you have Big Papa Kolek, right? The terror of the old world. Okay, fighting some rats. Let's see how this goes. Last thing, I swear. Just having so much fun. Now, as far as power creep goes, I think this DLC is probably one of the least power creepy DLCs of all time. Greenskins were way more power creeps with all their snares and stone trolls. Skaven are definitely pretty strong here, but this is another combo. So these are the armor-piercing wolf rats. Obviously, if you're fighting Kolek, you want that. So let's go ahead and get in position, get some Winds Magic. And Kolek's coming for blood, which is good. So we'll go ahead and blob them up to make sure we get those goodies here. How much is it to overcast this? Shit, I need to have enough to overcast. Kolek's coming too fast. Oh, God. My experiment is failing. God damn it. Freaking starting Winds of Magic. Shit. How much is it to overcast this? 10? Come on, Ikit. Well, we can let Kolek beat on Ikit for a minute. It's fine. How much is it to overcast this? Oh my god. Okay, Ikit Claw, hopefully you just survive. A little bit longer. Come on, we only need a little bit more magic. There we go. Okay, perfect. Okay, so here comes the Wolf Rats with the Death Frenzy. So we get a full surround here. It also makes them immune to psychology, which is hilarious. And then we could just fast forward here. Check this out. So you can see the little Wolf Rats are like killing Kolek, which is so funny. They route off, and then what happens is you just regroup them, and then you rinse and repeat, and you can actually like straight up kill Kolek, which is hilarious. Yeah. But it works okay against like Chosen and things like that. But it's a test for another day. I'll do a better test video, because it's kind of hard if I don't have the Winds of Magic in the beginning. But you can use Death Frenzy, Surround, and they can get some really good value. Yeah. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thank you all for joining. I'll do a test video with some of the Wolf Rat stuff and show you later. But that's another video for another time. But yeah, in some of the tests I did, 3 Wolf Rats could beat Kolek. You do that when they tear out, you pull back, use a second Death Frenzy, and you can like kill them, which is funny. Alright guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Congratulations to Outer Region. And my friends, we'll see you on the other side. Take care.